I'm just saying, I don't know why we got Tab Clear, but not regular Tab or Crystal Pepsi. We had regular Pepsi.
Like I said, you're probably the island was being used as a testing ground.
Well, we are usually a testing ground. We got all sorts of weird shit over here, but.
Where you live, it probably just fucking bobbed up in the sea, like Flopsam or something.
We have unironically had that happen. It's like, we found another crate, boys. we had an oil spill over here from a French vessel. We just we took out a bunch of trawlers with like a chain, skimmed it back into the bay, scooped it up, and sold it back to the French. We've done this multiple times.
On unrelated note, could you imagine the Build Back Better program, but by Saddam Hussein? Specifically, like, post-Iran-Iraq war Saddam Hussein.
I was about to say, I don't think they have enough Iranian bodies to build back better quite at the moment. But you weren't expecting that kind of reference today, were you, Carl?
On that note, hello everybody.
Hello,
there's no-
I
there is-
apologize.
I'm just saying, Three Gorges Dam would be a lot more stable if they had electrified a swamp full of Iranians and used that as
Well,
that's a good start into
Don't
the
do
new
war crimes,
year.
kids. Don't. Disclaimer: don't do war crimes. They're cruel, unusual, and not very fun, and dreadfully uncreative.
Yeah.
But if you were gonna do a hate crime,
It's a war crime, not hate
Not a
crime,
hate
Carl.
crime.
You can't put that evil on me this time.
what is a war crime if not a crime of hatred against an entire country?
Most crimes are crimes of hatred, except tax evasion. Do that.
That's true, yeah. Well, I don't know if we should.
It's
we should-
always
should do
morally
that,
correct
just,
to steal from
you know.
Hasbro.
Remember, folks, it's not a war crime if you're not a lawful combatant.
We never got accused of any war crimes, not just because we killed all the witnesses, says Simon Mann.
Han, where are the rules for that?
Well, unlawful combatants don't fall under the Geneva Conventions.
True.
Oh shit.
Someone wants to tell that to that server I got banned from the other day.
Just in, we got 5 New Zealand dollars, I believe. Saying, running down Demon Dummies and Diablo 1. Happiness is found in retro games. Now make me big brain. Or at least smarter than me when the stream started. I'm sorry we
think we
cannot
just did.
return these IQ points. IQ. As you see, I've lost some too.
I mean, have you seen?
But
Have you
thank
seen
you.
the logo for today's episode? It's just a man like fucking giant swinging a deer carcass.
Oh, is he trying
A
to
bunch of-
Thank
disembowel
you,
it
Sen,
like
your son.
bunnies?
But unfortunately, yeah, I think that probably going to be IQ points lost as usual.
IQ points,
We
monetization
apologize,
points.
there's a no refund option.
We are going to do our best to minimize refunds at all times. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to yet another episode of Who the Fuck is Rolling Dice?
Oh yeah, I misclicked.
Straight Christ.
I miss
Enjoy that 13, you aren't rolling that high again today.
Yeah, starting off strong.
Welcome to yet another episode of Rolling the Isles, the start of the unofficial start of Season 2, Episode 21, Blackjack. 'Cause,
and
you know,
hookers, maybe.
well,
Definitely from the description, beer.
at the very least, we find ourselves once again at the muster hall, because I think everyone is sick and tired of looking at tombs for a little while. So I imagine so.
Swamps.
The swamp has been drained and replaced with a bar. Some could argue the smell is worse. The muster hall, the place where all the guilds meet, the place where all the rampant alcoholics who can't keep a proper job all muster together to go cause trouble for the other races of the island. If there's an orc out there unmurdered, if there is a person from Galt out there unstabbed, his rum ration not stolen, the adventurer guilds will all be here to take those from them.
Based.
Welcome to Lycia, the e-prey of adventure settings. And not one of the fun e-prey movements, one of the nasty ones.
My
So-
mind immediately went to Eat, Pray, Love, and I'm like, more like Eat, Pray, Stab.
Eat, Pray, Stab is a good is a good sum up of the first half of the First World War. So. In any case, who would we? It has been some time since last we met. It was last year, as the joke goes. But who would like to recount the events of last week? Last week that we actually ran
Last
that.
session.
Yes.
Last session.
I think it's been
So,
about
Where Bill decided these edibles ain't shit, and spent the rest of the episode clinging for dear life to his desk.
yeah, you ate quite a few edibles.
To be fair, it was 1,800 milligrams. It's a lot of CBD. Surprised I could form a sentence. Last time that much fucking CBD got taken, I think the Declaration of Independence got written.
but yes, last time we wrapped up things at the church place that we took over. We had our newly acquired friends run off when the Church's Guild arrived, I believe. Or was it the previous one? Who knows? And we had mail arrive as well. We checked out items that we found on the place. More algae got collected. We met new friends from the guild. And yes. I'm trying to think.
No, that was about it. There was some consternation, there was some incrimination of each other over the course of the episode, but it was primarily just wrapping up the shindig down at the crypts.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is a very, very dangerous magical dagger that's been found at your new venue, and you're currently awaiting for the Church's Guild to give the all clear to go back.
That and the party finally discovered that the restless ghost that they released from the tree has a dangerous split personality.
Figured that out fairly early on, but
It was last
it's
episode.
been more confirmed.
It was the same day. Most people take a couple of weeks to figure out that their ghost has got some kind of mental schism.
In their defense, they literally were forced into combat hours after being released from bondage.
Well, not everyone gets a nice clean like hangover to clear. Like some people have to get up and Might get good
Just
work.
in, $5 from Zalmas saying refund fee nuts.
Fee nuts.
Fee nuts.
I don't know how we. What are the fee nuts, Bill? And how can we refund them?
Yes,
Can I chew on
Zalmas,
them?
enlighten us.
Am I allowed to put them in my mouth?
Comment from Zalmas, I hate Audi, correct?
I hate Audi correct as well.
Bill, I don't have a cursor for my character.
Hang on. Do. I should be able to just drag it across, but I know Roll20's been on the blinker lately. How do you drag it across there? Oh my god, why do I write so many NPCs?
Because Obsidian needs a work. Yay.
Cool. As you arrive at the muster hall, you're greeted by a familiar sight. A suit of armor, poking through a tree, with a halberd leaned against it. Well, it's familiar for some, a new sight for others. But it appears that Sir Evergreen has parked himself out in the front lawn and is currently rooted into the ground.
He's vibing.
He's just kind of T-posing there, menacingly.
I float inside the bag of holding and stare directly at him.
Having acquired my fresh suit of plate, I shall T-pose back at him.
He is basking quietly in the sun. You think he might be asleep.
Float a little closer.
Do plants sleep? You
Hibernate.
think? Yes.
I've definitely detected bourgeoisie this guy before, but I can't remember
Oh,
what
wait.
the answer was.
Wait,
But I
no,
would
they
know
don't
that.
go. They don't hibernate. They go dormant. There we go.
You got a, I believe you got a mixed bag because on the one hand he was technically knighted, but on the other hand he is definitely grassroots.
Oh, like Vivian Westwood.
Yeah, a little bit. He got knighted, but there's a funny story regarding the knighthood thing. You've heard a few rumors kicking around about how the circumstances by which Sir Evergreen got his title.
Oh,
But
is it
no
a
one
bit more
seems to be able to agree. Some
More
people
like
say you
Jimmy
saved the
Savile.
prince's life. Some people say it was a comedy of errors. No one seems to be able to agree.
Float away towards the door.
I would like to walk up to him and just see if he's good. Is there
What's his,
any specific roles or
No,
just
just walk up. As you do, you know, his helm has been left open to the sun to let himself bask. As you get closer, a single central eye in the middle of the mass of branches opens up. Oh, long time no see!
Hello there. Good day, sir.
Greetings, Sir Ironwood.
Good day. How does this fine day find you all?
Float back to him.
Full of algae.
Once
That is
one space
great.
away. Stare at him.
It appears to be a tree that has been kind of sculpted up into a suit of armor, like a bonsai tree.
I would like to hold out one of the fancier algae jars towards him. And
He's one of
fancier, I
the-
just mean it's probably deeper algae.
He'll
Are
put
you,
his
are you guess are you assuming
hands
that
on his
because he's a
knees
tree
on-
man, he would also be interested in the algae?
No, I just want to show off my algae. I'm proud. I've got many algae.
He'll put his hands on his knees and kind of lean down. It should be noted that Sir Evergreen is frightfully tall. He's kind of pushing the extremity of the medium category at the best of times. My goodness, where did you find all that?
Oh,
All sorts
we
of
went
al-
to this one place. There was ghouls. They were kind of rude, but we got the algae there.
Yeah, it was an abandoned church.
I'm literally floating next to Penny while listening to her talk to him.
My goodness, I haven't been down there in donkey's years. So, funny story. The tree I sprung from as a seed was actually from that yard.
Ooh.
Oh, nostalgic.
The bag of holding turns directly towards him. Staring directly at him!
He looks awfully familiar. It's kind of familial resemblance somewhat. It's like, where have I seen that breed of tree? I've only ever seen it in one place. I seem to believe I was on the interior of it for a couple of thousand years.
You should go visit that place soon. We're getting it all cleaned up soon.
Oh, at long last. I'm glad that they're finally clearing out that swamp. It's dreadfully hard to drain. That's why most of us and the family moved out, but some just had to stay behind.
Oh yeah. I
I
spent the last
always
week
said
or
it was
so,
his duty to keep the soil together.
Spent the last week or so paving the road there, so it should be an easier walk.
Oh, thank goodness. I always used to sink into the soil. Park did his best, but there's only so much one tree can do.
My character speaks up once and says, I think I was impaled on your brother.
I might have impaled your brother.
It's a good way to start a conversation with a new
I
person.
was wondering what that was stuck in the side of him on my way out, but then again, oh, it's one of those matters, you know. If it wasn't for my poor brother taking on for the team, you know, I might not have got knighted.
It's okay to swing that way. As I will tap his, probably the side of his leg, as I won't be able to reach his shoulder.
Not quite sure what you mean.
It's okay.
I wasn't doing any swinging at all. I was mainly just standing there.
Yes, true. Swaying is, I guess, proper.
My cousin had a swing on him. It's one of those ones with the wagon wheel.
Ooh.
On the rope. He's a bit tougher than most of the family, a bit more sturdy. Just taller too. Dreadfully bad knees, though.
I could see that happening.
Oh, it brings you lot down to the muster hall. You usually don't come. From what I've heard, you've only been down here once. Is everything all right? Have I missed a bulletin?
Well, you see, we found something rather interesting in the church. We found a keg, a Stella Fatoi.
There's a. You see him sweat like a single bead of resin down his face. Let's not be hasty now. I'm on security detail today.
Well, funny you should say that, Sir Ironwood, because I was thinking of trying this
leans
ritual.
back, takes his halberd, unscrews the head, slides off the blade, and replaces it with a cushioned, like, training blade. You see, like, there's a wing nut in the side, he's just twisting it. There's a tremendous amount of force in those fingers. No, okay, keep going, keeps it. As you were.
Well, it's I thought you'd already been informed of this, but it's good that you know now.
I was wondering why they called me up for security duty today.
Yeah.
There's this look. There's a kind of a rather chumly kind of threat in his voice when he says that. So I take it you brought it with you.
Just look at the cart.
Just
It's
have
an
a
awfully
wheelbarrow.
large barrel of it.
The cyan eyes gonna start growing brightly as he just asks, Mr. Evergreen, you seem very green under the leaves. What's the matter?
Have you seen the people that like he'll like lean in and open the doors and you get the full view of the people who are in the bar. Case in point, at least one of them who's almost certainly going to have the most to drink.
Just gonna
That's
pull one
pretty
arm.
dope, though.
Just gonna pull
Nice.
one arm outside of the
Oh
Just
shit!
gonna pull.
It's the guy from I think the entrance to the town, isn't it?
Yeah.
The current
Yeah,
occupants
yeah.
of the bar of the tavern floor, not including your fixer for the algae job, are 3 members of the Royal Foresters and 3 members of the Churches Guild, all of whom are known to be either rampant alcoholics or extremely belligerent.
Porque no los dos.
The most extreme example being Jahangir is here.
I can't tell if there's a video game screenshot because its eyes are so dead.
That's why I picked it. Jahangir's got that look about him.
Ah,
Well, you'd be happy to know that I don't drink. Just pull one hand outside of the bag of holding, still flying on the rope trick.
That's my worry, neither do I.
It's not me I worry about. It's these 4.
Well, so I dare say I worry about damn near everyone. My worries are increasing by the day. Still, no sense in warming the porch out here. Let's get inside. It's getting dreadfully
worry
chilly
about
there.
that.
That's
So the revolution's coming. So last time I was here, if you remember, I nailed like a notice, like about my founding of the Workers Guild. I just want to check if it's still there.
Oh yeah, it's still there, and a couple of the little pieces of paper off the bottom have been ripped off.
Awesome.
also, I just want to quickly check in. Have we gotten a chance to sell the algae yet? Because you wanted it as fresh as possible, considering we've had a time skip.
We had a time skip, but the Churches Guild were happy to cast gentle repose on it, so it is preserved.
Ah, very cool.
As unfortunately your hookup here was, you came here almost immediately after the venue, down at the crypt. He was out of town on emergency business.
He was getting algae himself. Maybe.
As you turn, Sparrow is the first person to. All right there, guys. Long time no see.
Hello.
hello.
And she will wave over.
Hey, Sparrow.
What brings you up this way?
Eris will hold a jar of algae above her head. I've got selling to do.
Rise and grind. He'll take a big.
Yeah.
He'll take a big sip of what is clearly a glass of lemonade.
Rise and grind. So
Yeah,
Eris will
Sparrow.
try and find this person.
Yeah. What's up?
Sparrow, look, I'm a knight now, he says, as he just, like, taps on his Saleh helmet clumsily.
That's not fair. I'm still in the old chainmail. This thing chafes like a bugger.
gonna elevate the bag of holding towards close to the ceiling and just start floating around while looking at everybody from the top down.
There are a lot of cards being played, and there's a lot of drink being consumed. Like, there's not a single person here. There's not a single person here that you would trust behind the reins of a cart. I'll put it that way. It would, if you put all these people, if you told these people it was chucking out time, the streets would look like Mario Kart for about 6 hours.
Wait, there are drunk driving laws in Lisa?
Yes, they had to. There was what we call in the business a pressing concern.
Actually, that begs the question: is there illegal drag racing but with carts?
Yes.
Nice.
And sled dogs.
I float my way towards the kitchen and try to push the door open. Is it locked?
No, it's not locked. This is an open venue, so everything is left unlocked within reason. The armory is of course locked, but that's about it.
I go into the kitchen.
Everything's laid out. There is a entire suckling pig that is still resting.
What is exactly on the table?
It is as pictured. 2 large wheels of hard cheese. What appears to be 1 large cornucopia of green vegetables. 2 large baskets of apples, which those, if you were to relate to the others, they might find a bit familiar. There's a pot of what appears to be some kind of porridge. There's a pot of stewing apples. There's a large suckling piglet. There's some rabbit. There's what appears to be a large pre-cooked chicken, garlic, what appears to be a side of lamb, a pig's head, and you're not sure what this is. It's wrapped up in clay. And the clay is baked completely tough.
I'd imagine it's a holding container for grapes.
Sounds like a brick to me.
It's a thing that people do. They store easy preserves like grapes inside of clay so that they don't go bad.
Those are usually in a flat dish, though. This one is like squared. It's rectangular.
I see.
Like a brick.
If I were to take any of this, would they get angry?
Oh no, your compatriots are all. Most of your compatriots are guildies, so they'll be fine.
Float over to
Their respective guilds might get billed for the cost, but in the muster hall, guildies eat free.
Lower myself towards the wheel of cheese. Take 1 whole wheel of cheese into the bag of holding.
As he
I
makes
approve
off
of this.
with a 1500 groat wheel of Parmesan Reggiana.
Oh, Parmesan.
No, it's a hard rind local cheese. It's not Parmesan.
Okay.
Float over to the chicken. Take out like my hand and gently rope trick over any cutlery nearby. Start slicing off a leg.
There's like a whole ass butcher's cleaver right next to it. So.
Yeah, perfect. Let's take the butcher's cleaver, slice off a leg, slice off the other leg, into the bag.
The rest of the party's like, oh, hey guys, it's a long time no see. Meanwhile, the new addition to the party, I'm fucking raiding this place like it's no tomorrow.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
it's not
there's
that I'm
nothing-
raiding. I'm preparing rations for when they inevitably get hungry.
There's a barrel of salt fish and there's a rack of wine. Though they're all like house wine tier stuff. It's nothing terribly special.
When you try to speedrun getting banned from the Korean barbecue place. That's all you can do.
No more bulgogi for you. You get out.
Take a couple sides of lamb. Like 3 portions full.
Just like chewing a fucking frozen side of lamb. So you can't stop me. I have intangibility.
It's more like there's an invisible hand just slowly raiding everything.
What happens if he finds the story in one fucking wall over?
Oh god. And he takes that, float over the table, and then float back out. Look around to see if anybody noticed.
Most of the people here are too blitzed to really notice, to be honest.
Fly across the top of the wall and find myself back in position next to Mr. Evergreen.
He like, lifts up the visor of his helms, and like his one eye like blinks a couple of times. He's like,
I look down at him from the ceiling.
"Well, I get you're awfully hungry. Goodness me.
It's not for me. It's for when they inevitably get stupid enough to not eat.
As Eris will run around asking for the algae man with the jar over her head. Oh, is the algae man here? I have algae.
Ah, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, hello, algae man. Sorry I don't know your name. I have algae though.
He barely even recognizes that you the comment about you forgetting his name. Ah, excellent. Much of a haul? Was the harvest good this time? He's just kind of lightly rubbing not his hands together, just the tips of his fingers in a very unpleasant way.
I'll make sure to have a good distance, like, between us. I will wave Neri over. Neri. Yeah, the algae man. With the algae.
Let us show the.
As I would
algae man,
assume
I
Neri
suppose.
is helping carry algae.
Yeah, I think I also have a couple that I got as well.
So,
Drag over our hole of algae.
Eris will start just putting algae bottles on the ground. And then I think, at least from my end, it's 32 bottles.
Goodness me, come this way. I'll get it set out on the table.
Oh, okay. As she will run back and forth, putting algae on the table. As she put it on the ground.
The way he moves is very, very strange. He kind of just drifts. He's remarkably sprightly for someone of his stature, shall we say. And that he's a bloke who's about 5 foot nothing and about 6 foot across.
I can't not see Arch Warhammer when I see him.
Oh no.
Oh, that feels dirty. That feels dirty.
Don't be mean to Arch. I've actually done an interview with him. It's like the one of the few other influences I actually somewhat know.
Oh Lord.
It's just an uncanny resemblance.
It's just the mustache.
It is, honestly. The bag of holding's just gonna float ominously above him, both eyes staring down at him.
Could you roll me a perception check, please? I will warn you, this is rather a tough one. Why has my roll 20 stopped me from scrolling? This is why Opera GX, sadly, is not one of the most heavily supported roll 20 browsers.
And while that's happening, Eris will just, like, try to order the algae within, like, these ones we got from a deeper part. This one was from when I blew up ghouls with a grenade.
He'll scribble down notes on different labels and label them very carefully. Do you have the depth?
She will yell over to Baz. Baz, how deep were you in that again? And when you were stuck and your leg got fucked up?
No, when I sickled you.
25.
Out of the fire into the front.
Okay. As you were watching, you notice his hair doesn't move properly. It's been like gelled into place.
Honestly, fair. In this economy, I would too.
Like it's remarkably like rigid. Like it's
a cosplay wig.
Almost like it's like a solid lump. Almost.
It's a cosplay wig. No.
You and cosplay motherfuckers like, oh, I'm just gonna hairspray this into oblivion so it's a solid resinous block.
Yeah, no, that's what most, especially for anime characters, just like styled in a way where it will not move. It's
Remember
just
to use hairspray in all the Homestuck cosplayers, otherwise you get the grey hallway scenario.
well, that's the Sharpie bath. That's another issue.
It's like his hair's been soaked in the medieval version of Soul Glow.
Pretty much, he's like it's a little heavy-handed with the Brill cream, shall we say?
Oh, that good old Gorilla Glue hairspray.
You nearly said Gorilla Grip.
Also, Eris will point to the one algae jar she had like muddied up and mentions, "Oh, this one had eyes, so I put mud on it. It was a bit spooky."
He'll like trace the things ago. Ah, I don't see Faustian burn much anymore. Are you a summoner?
What does this mean?
Are you a conjurer? Do you bring things up from the other realms?
Sometimes.
It's like an awkward. He steps towards you, but it's less that he steps. He just kind of
floats.
He kind of shifts over to you.
Like one of those chess pieces, just moves across. Well, sometimes. It's been an awful lot of dogs for some reason. They're nice though, usually. They leave us alone, and then they go on to their merry way.
Goodness me, I didn't think there was anyone else around who used that.
Oh?
What you have is a very rare talent.
Oh, thank you.
You and I are going to be the best of friends, I can already tell. Now, let's get you your money.
Way, a friend.
And money.
He'll count up everything and... Okay, so he'll take out what appears to be kind of a strange little dialed abacus looking device and click a few little typewriter-y looking buttons, and with a loud ka-chunk noise, as it stamps different symbols onto a long piece of what appears to be parchment paper.
He's giving me a receipt.
Here you go. Here's all the paper. Don't touch it for very long, you'll go blind.
Okay, sir.
It's the thermal paper. We're working on it at the guilds.
Is it okay if I just fold it and put it to side?
He'll nod quite happily. And
Okay.
here's your money. He'll take out a little pouch, very daintily place it in your grasp.
Thank you, sir.
Don't spend it all in one place.
I'll try not to.
Anything else algae related you need help with? Or
Some
anything else
of
I can
them
do
have
service?
odd shards in them too. Watch out! Don't cut yourself on them.
Don't worry. This field's my neck of the world in terms of expertise.
Cutting
When
yourself?
it comes, oh no, of course not.
Good.
All that kind of business is. He kind of shrugs and shudders slightly. When it comes to slimes, I'm at the forefront.
Oh, we did meet a slime too. He flew away after I tried speaking with him. It was quite nice.
Bag's gonna start slowly floating down until he's about eye level. He's like, I don't have any slime, but I do have essential salts.
I'm not, unfortunately, necromancy's a little bit out of my neck of the woods.
Do you know anyone who would know how to turn these into reactive reagents for evocation?
He'll kind of just he'll in a strange display of a lack. Usually his kind of rotund gracefulness of just kind of floating around gives way. He kind of leans back on his laurels, kind of twists the corner of his mustache up in his fingers, thinks for a moment. Well, there's a few folks who might be able to help, but let me check my little black book. You'll take out a little black book. Evocation. Well, there's Lord Altus, but I believe he's taken over as head of the guild now, so he might be a bit indisposed. The only other person I might think would be Doran, back near the coast. Yes, he was. I'm with Doran. Yeah, he was shacked up with that poor unfortunate girl Rita, and I believe he was studying these weather patterns for new energy types. I reckon he'd be the chap to speak to.
Oh, do you mean
That-
the sir with the rain hat?
Yes, you've met Doran.
Yes, he's a lovely person. He gave me this candle, as she will hold out the candle that like attracts a lot of flies.
Small world after all, especially on this island.
The bag's gonna rotate around and be floating right in front of Penny's person as they step out of it. Also, they're gonna use pronouns for now until I decide who's speaking.
Okay.
It's gonna like slowly float the rope trick over towards her, with the interdimensional part hanging out so she can hold on to the extent of rope. He's gonna hold out his hand towards him, like, may I?
Huh? May you what?
I'm not talking to you. He turns back towards the sir and holds out his hand. May I?
Just to clarify, are you holding out a hand in greeting, or are you holding out a hand for anything specifically? Because he's got enough sense to know.
Yes.
He'll grasp your hand firmly. The sensation of grasping this man's hand is remarkably unnerving. It's like grasping a rubber glove full of pudding.
Mm.
Is he just a slime or like big algae colony that just puppeteers this human around?
He looks fairly fleshy, but it's like you get the feeling that perhaps he's just that fat.
As he shakes his hand, he's like, "Can you do me the favor of thinking of this man's face specifically?"
Oh, certainly.
Slowly tightening the grip.
Here it is.
In a temporary means of grand malevolency, instead of inserting himself into his body, he just quickly picks up on the first image in his head, picking up the image of Doran and Bluegrass.
Strangely enough, for the rest of you, you actually see it as well, because it is physically like puffed up in a little a little puff of algae has issued out from his robe and formed almost like a little speech bubble with a picture of Doran in. It's very crudely drawn, but it is definitely Doran. He's got a little rain hat and everything.
I just imagine it's like a stick figure that has like a big hat where rain droplets are drawn.
Oh, isn't he the resident weather expert as well?
Yes, so
Yes, I believe he was studying in a valley about interaction of lightning magic. Eccentric fellow. Dreadfully nice, though.
Good to know. And as for the first man you mentioned, where is he exactly? In the guild, I mean.
He's like myself. We're all just researchers in our specialist field.
There was a particular person I met who mentioned that reagents like these could be used for magic, although theirs was a specification of hemomancy.
Goodness, we haven't had a hemomancer in the guild for a little while now. Not since those of Vistani got kicked out.
Do you mind telling them about?
Oh, not at all. I run into them from time to time. I mostly buy reagents from them. We might not necessarily get on a guild-to-guild basis, but you know, we have our economy to think about.
Do you remember what their faces look like?
They always insist on wearing masks. I'm afraid the Vistani have some very strange hang-ups about showing their face to people in organizations they've left. It's a bit of a cultural hang-up, I'm afraid.
Do you at least know what they look like?
You really can't miss the Vistani. Very brightly coloured, motley clothes. And they all know, and as far as I'm aware, there's only one family of them over here, so they do all know each other. It's not just me being, he kind of makes a little motion with his head as if, like, I'm not just being weird about them.
He looks down at his hand, looks back up to him. You know you can just think about them and make this a lot easier. I'm an audio-visual learner.
Don't worry, I've been a professor in the past. I know the drill. Let me give this a go. He kind of like narrows his eyes slightly, and again, it's another. You notice there's a few jumbled images, but the main one that comes through. Let me see if I can find this one. I've got a lot of NPCs in this list. I apologize. But just a word of warning: you don't react when you see them. Don't panic. They are a little bit touchy about their cultural dress. Unfortunately, I only have one character sheet ready for the Vistani on this island, and here she is.
Nice.
Well,
Let's see.
The
also a
fuchsia
little
eyes.
scary.
The fuchsia eye is gonna light up. Nice. Excuse
Good
me.
lady is a dreadfully nice person. I've spoken to her many a time. Very professional. And my goodness, if anyone's good on this island for herding cats, as it were, it will be her.
And
Herding
this
cats.
Lady Chromeblood, where does the home lie? General direction would be nice.
I wish I could help. Unfortunately, the Vistani are nomads by nature, and Chromeblood especially. A socialite at heart.
Any idea where they might pop up in the region?
He'll take out a pocket watch, which is a very rare sight. You actually wouldn't know what one is. The rest of you might. He'll wind it a couple times, close it, think very hard, then pop it back open. I believe the Chromeblood family are in Castrum, the new capital.
Kestrom. Turns around to Penny. Remember that name.
Huh?
Lady Wormwood. Kestrom.
I will try. Sir,
Also,
do you maybe have
keep in
another
mind,
piece of
keep in
paper?
mind, he never let go of his hand. So he just sees the ghost head turn all the way around 180 degrees, tell her this, and turn back around.
You notice that as he checks his watch, he still uses both two hands, but he's still holding your hand as well.
Yes.
Sir, do you maybe have a spare piece of parchment? So we could maybe write that down. That's an awful complicated name.
I've popped it onto the character sheet for Lady Chromeblood under the. I'll give you this one free. She's under the Merchants Guild section.
Merchant
Okay.
Guild. Very cool. In Questrom as well.
So, Penny, you hear a scuttling noise.
I'll look towards it.
You look towards it, and you notice something underneath the table just skidded away.
I'll, squat down and look under the table, tilting my head. Oh, Alvar, don't run off. As she will skitter
He's
to.
kind of running around in a little circle.
I'll finally let go of his hand. Thank you for the information. I apologize if my means of information gathering is awkward to you.
Not at all. I've seen Stranger over the years.
Yes, quite. Just casually float through him.
Okay, funny you should say that. As you go to float through, you notice that you kind of glance off of him in a very strange way. Like you've never felt anything like this yourself. If you had to guess, what you just experienced was what everyone else experienced when you did that to them. but there's this horrible, like, sickly molasses feeling as you glide through him.
Hmm.
And you feel sticky.
Just slightly perk up. That's a new sensation.
I haven't met Steve the Cum Beast, then.
We had to cut Steve for time. Stop mentioning it.
Never forgive you for cutting Steve the Cum Beast.
It wasn't my idea to cut him.
Float back towards him. I apologize. Force of habit.
No problem at all.
Instant transmission next to Penny.
As Aris is moving away chairs to try and get under the table to catch Albert.
At this point, a mug gets thrown at Frond, which... okay, I need to start rolling scatter dice to see where that mug's going, because Frond is very fast on his feet. Oh no. Hang on. I knew this would happen. Hang on.
And did you roll that one?
No, someone did. I knew I didn't have there was something I didn't have ready, prepped, and it was the bloody random tables. I knew I was skipping something from my usual routine.
Now that he's done with his questioning, he's just gonna slowly float back inside of his bag from the bottom, from the top bottom up, like. Extend out one hand, grab the rope trick from Penny. Thank you. And start floating back towards the ceiling.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. The mug does hit Frond in the hat. Peeling the hat, he's got a shako hat, one of those very tall peaked old school officers' hats. It knocks it from his head. And you notice that as it does, it takes his hair with it. It appears to be a big lump of like horsehair wig scattered to the ground. Oh.
Aiden, this is the perfect moment
Goodness
for our
me.
2 wigs we acquired at the beginning of this game.
That is
Not
true.
again. Be bloody careful. I had to pay a lot of money for that, you know. For those not initiated who might not have run to Garzman Farand in the past, Garzman Farand has one corner of his mouth bolted in place. War accident, I'm afraid. Makes it dreadfully hard to speak. But because Farand rolled a very, very rare result, target gains an experience level that ages 10 years.
Oh no.
It was that, or target is immune to fire whilst in a bucket. I'm not sure which is more terrifying, to be honest.
By the way, Bill, speaking of curses, I believe a few episodes you asked me to remind you that when we would get back to town, Baz was apparently involved in a tawdry scandal as a result of one of the D10,000 rolls.
Wow. If it isn't the woman for the job.
I'll say that art is just great.
I am a fan.
Right details at the right points where you actually look at.
Good line of action, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
For goodness sake, woman, please be careful. Half my salary went on this bloody wig.
The cyanide is gonna glide up as it looks towards the woman's direction. What a beautiful weapon. And then the lavender eye is gonna light up. What a beautiful woman.
She perches a drunken elbow on the Zweihander, leans over the desk. Well, I suggest to you take it back to whatever godforsaken shop you got it from. Because it looks like shit, just like you do.
Bruh.
Shame I don't play like shit as well, eh? He'll toss down a hand of cards, and a lot of grumbling is shared from everyone who isn't him. Don't know why I play cards with you guys. I'm skint again. as Sparrow throws his cards on the table.
Wait, Sparrow? Hold on. Oh no.
Yeah. Lest we forget, young Sparrow.
It's your boy.
Young Sparrow.
The boy, the man.
Oh, the boy from the apple farms.
Yeah.
The action is float towards the members of the church's guild. Slowly get towards eye level. Can anyone tell me who the woman with the giant flamberge is?
Jahangir looks at you like you're literal human garbage, whereas the elf to your left goes, "Ah, another one falling for it, eh?"
The cyanide is gonna. The bags are turned in his direction, and the cyanide is gonna light up very brightly. No.
Well, he'll reach out an arm around the floating bag, pulling close like it's a arm around a shoulder. Well, let me tell you the story. What you are looking at is a bona fide piece of village bicycle, and I barely know what one of those are. He'll watch.
The village mattress, you mean?
Bicycles were introduced to the region about 5 years ago. The prince got one as a gift, as a diplomatic present, and promptly stacked it down a flight of stairs. Broke his leg in 2 places, and it's been on display in the museum as an engineering marvel ever since. Let me find the artwork. Notoriously fucking find. I need to stop organising by household.
That would help, Bill.
Iris the Samson, flower of the north herself. No amount of woman who can drink more, fuck more, or fight more. Shame her husband's such a fucking curmudgeon. Built like a brick shithouse too. Otherwise I'd have taken a swing at that myself. Elven constitution be damned, as he pours himself another drink. And so shall I.
Elutum will actively clear his throat and stick his head in the bag and look at him. Village bicycle.
Not familiar with the term. How shall I put this politely?
No, she's the people's bicycle.
There you go.
Oh, it's the people's
A
bicycle.
well-worn saddle.
The major concern here is that the ghost doesn't know what a bicycle is, not that he doesn't know the concept of like seizing the means of production. Well, when a mummy and a daddy love each other very much, but it's kind of gotten slow in the relationship. Daddy stays back on the farm, and mummy goes back into town to be an adventurer and get a leg over.
His eye sparks up, and immediately the cyanide drains of all color. The lavender light shows up.
It's like 2 like changing bars of which part of the body is doing the thinking.
Yes.
And the brain just got cut out of the equation.
The left side, smart thinking, eloquent. The right side, harmony.
The fuchsia eye lights up brightly. So you're saying she's available?
What's that bad age? You wait and ye shall receive.
Well, unfortunately, mate. And he like slowly extends half of his body out, like throwing his hand through his body. I'm kind of unequipped for the job.
The elf who is like got this big bloody shit-eating grin on his face. And you notice that the wound on his his broken nose looks remarkably gauntlet shaped.
Yes.
Major Hungir, do you want him to take a spin in your body, take a swing at Iris? Might brighten you up, you miserable fucker. Jahangir will just kind of glower at him completely silently. His head barely rotates like a couple of degrees to glare at the elf, then returns back to his cards.
You mentioned a husband. Who married that piece of trollop?
Oh.
The old Harold out north. Big brick shit house with Black. Bit timid there.
And he doesn't mind his wife trolloping all over town.
Well, between you and me. And the second that he says that, another tankard flies across the room and smashes into the back of his head. And it's a glass one, so it breaks.
Oof.
Oh, fuck. I think she heard us. Not only did she hear, she is behind the sloth.
Uh-oh.
The Zweihander has been left behind, but there is a very large lobstered gauntlet on one of her fists.
Bruh.
And the gentleman with the dodgy haircut slowly turns, and as he turns, he slowly shimmies down south.
Yeah, I'll kind of. I was sort of outside because dealing with the algae. Just slowly kind of sneak into the other room and catch a closer glimpse at the massacre that appears to be about to occur.
Bill, I will, seeing this, I will take the recliner tool from the burlap sack I'm slinging over my shoulder, have a seat, and witness the events that unfollow.
I forgot you turned that fucking
Yeah.
that beastman skull into a seat called the recliner tour.
Oh yeah, I think I didn't mention this to people, but I turned Maurice's skull into a seat that is covered in silver.
Is Maurice talking? Remember, the skull's still alive.
I don't.
Yeah, he's mostly just embarrassed.
Is it? I forgot about that. That makes it so much more.
So,
Well,
so you
had
just turned him in his sentient skull into a lawn chair.
Yes.
more like a Roman deck chair, I'd say, than a lawn chair. One of those
that's fucked Bro, that's fucked up.
I mean,
You don't know. He was telling me about the logistics on how to do it, and how would it be the most
Yeah,
embarrassing? Should I
basically,
make
it's
him
like- it's-
this or that?
Also,
Just
it's like upside down, basically.
this also
So the
feels
whole-
like. I'm not
the
saying
holes
it's
act as like a
yours,
bipod.
but it feels like somebody's fetish.
Well, good for them. They aren't involved in this conversation.
Yes.
As the glass hits his head, Fuchsia is going to drain of all color. Cyanide lights up. Are you okay?
Yeah, she does this a lot. It's part of our wonderful relationship together. Isn't that right, Irish?
no.
The third tankard hits him right in the nose as he turns.
Oh, suffer not the sin.
You get the feeling that Irish would probably be more effective in combat if she just started throwing more things at people. Needs to be better practice than she swing her sword.
The cyanide is going to drain of slight color, and the fuchsia is going to light back up again. But it's more like he's squinting at her, specifically looking at her, not anywhere else in the room.
She's
and not at her
sauntered.
body, specifically at her eyes.
She has a swagger that would put a pirate to shame. It is every single movement is this big theatrical fucking stomp.
Well, you have
She-
quite an arm.
Should be getting enough bloody practice around here. Is she? You notice that she's got two more tankards.
She has
that are,
them on a
hanging
belt,
off.
just ready.
It's more like
There's-
she's probably holding up her hands.
She got two looped around the middle finger on her left hand, and
Oh.
you notice that she's reaching towards she's kind of just pottering around. The lobster gauntlet kind of digs into the surface of the table as she perches.
Just gonna nod to the man to the
You too
left.
busy spreading rumors to the new blood? Ready to come over and play some bloody cards with us?
Just slowly float around him. Just gonna spit some ectoplasm on his hand and rub the back of his head. You'll be alright.
Bro, did you just skeet on me? No, I need to keep the Ace Vane references to them. So,
I
Can't
don't
be
know why
hygienic.
you have to keep the Ace Vein references to a minimum.
Tell you, this is a rare breed of space skeet. Lost my train of thought now. Fuck. I've actually lost my train of thought. Bloody hell. That can't be. He kind of rubs back his head like. Ugh. Even I. You know what? I don't want to know what you are. I'm best not to know. Jahangir again is just glaring. It's Jahangir's got a talent that no matter where you are in the room, he appears to be glaring directly at you. He doesn't speak very much. Are you simpering degenerates, Dan?
I can't speak for everyone.
The elf leans back. I think he might just be getting started. Khan is just like scooting around in his little deck chair.
Just creaking the floorboards.
It's the loudest, like, fuck, this horrendous scraping, like.
As the hordes dig their way into, like, the floorboards.
Oh, I assumed that you had like actual like legs on it, but no, you just put the horns into the floor.
Yeah, so like
That's a million times worse.
yes.
It's just like a big scrape all the way from the doorway down to where you are at now. Like
Also, it makes it so much more bad manners that he's actually sentient. I did not know this. I forgot about that.
Lord have mercy. They'll clear their voice. Both eyes will be equally alight again. I'm quite not new, and very much not blood.
yeah, love, I've heard that pickup line before. You wouldn't be the first radio we've had around here. Ever met an android before? I have.
His face will actively go blank. Rodeo.
Ever been to a radio before? It's like that. She points over at the man sat on a fucking like beast man's skull, but a bit more living.
The fuchsia eye starts to light up. Would you mind showing me a few pointers?
I'll get the diagrams. She'll get out a little blue book. As we cut momentarily over to Neri and our good friend Ferran. I say this. Sorry to be a bother. Have you seen a hat anywhere? You notice he's got his wig back on, but he's now missing his shako. That big tall hat. Lost track of it.
I have another wig.
What size is it in? If you don't mind me asking.
I didn't know wigs came in sizes. Head sized? Well, I mean,
Well,
I
I've
don't.
got one of those. Well, two of you asked the right people.
I know. Neri will sort of point to her rock, covered in rocks that is sort of in the shape of hair. But I don't necessarily have much of a use for this wig. What would you be willing to trade for it? Well, here, try it on for size, I guess. See if it works out for
tries
you
it on.
first.
It's actually very smart. It's got the stereotypical padded wig like ringlets.
Uh-huh.
How do I look? He looks like shit. but it is remarkable. It does suit him. It's just that the rest of him already looks like shit. I remind you, this is a man who looks like this.
Right. Lovely. Absolutely. Dashing.
For a second, Neri's body's gonna lock up, and my eyes are gonna.
Rolled a diplomacy check. Or should I roll bluff for that?
Bluff, please.
Right.
That's a hard bluff.
Fuck.
He looks a bit hurt.
I tried my best.
Again, Neri's body is gonna seize up, and my eyes are going to overshadow hers. Never look better, mate. $1 million. $1 million.
My goodness, I never thought I'd see the day. He'll switch his eye patch over to the other eye. And you notice one of his eyes is a particularly strange colour. It's kind of an amber colour. That's just as I thought. Ah, you've got a hanger on as well. We haven't seen those in donkey's years. I haven't seen those since back in Galt. Goodness.
The wig?
No, not the wig. This is a Galtic wig, don't get me wrong. This is clearly like he chose the interior of the wig. It says made in Galt on the label. But
I didn't bother checking that far.
I was stationed out in Galt during I see. I've got to use the local term, Orlais. I was out in Orlais back when we were having a little bit of a scuffle with them a couple of times, and picked up a few pointers. Mainly got the wig and got the broken jaw from the musket ball I endured, but luckily the sore bones gave me my faculties back and gave me a smile for free. But when I was out there, I ran into a chap, big chap. That was a sack of rocks, but a wonderful, wonderful person to speak to, mainly because there was another chap inhabiting his head. I had a funny little spiritual fellow knocking around the inside of his skull. I think
it's not the same as our a different instance of this kind of phenomenon.
You never heard of it? Yeah, there's a couple of different terms for them. Different people call them different things. You see. Oh, pardon me, sir. I hope you don't mind me asking. What do you refer to yourself as? I wouldn't want to make assumptions.
While having this great conversation using Neri's mouth and eyes, the Luden's just gonna slowly unravel himself from the bag and actively take part of the conversation. But if anyone in the room were to notice, the cyan eye is completely not present. Like his face, the normal face he has, the eye is just black. The other eye is fully lit, and the cyan eye is now fully lit on Neri's face. And he's just having the conversation with Iris, and at the same time, talking through Neri.
Bruh, it's gonna get real complicated real
Full
quick.
on, like the amygdala is split in this conversation.
Well, I consider myself a Grand Maester of Grand Malevolency.
It's been a while since I've seen one of the body riders. You're a rare breed these days. There's not many of you left. Too many of the Toldens running around causing trouble. And of course, there's the Chelish. Their Grand Inquisition culled a couple of your number, unfortunately. But I think you're on the upbeat now, what with that unfortunate business up at the World Wound. A lot of the Crusaders came back not quite right. A couple of your boys tagging along for the ride.
The Lutum's going to resist the urge to start grinding Neri's rock teeth.
I'm not sure why.
No, I'm not. I should clarify myself. I'm not insinuating like those demons up there. It's just a lot of the Crusaders came back with a couple of the rider boys with you.
I understand what you mean, but I should admire you. I praise Ashia. If they are not of the Riders Guild, they are not one of mine. Ghosts can be able to possess people at will at any time, but not many of them have the sheer. And he moves her hand while actively waving at him from the other side of the table so he can notice. Refined control as I do.
As you say refined control, you look over and the other body is like staring directly at Iris's chest. I see. Well, I believe a couple of the chaps from up north and the World Wound are mostly Omedeans, unfortunately. A very curmudgeonly sort. Not quite as free lovers the rest of us are. He'll give that grin that he has that mostly covers one side of his face, spreads to the other side. But
well, what is the whirlwind?
You ever heard?
Not from around here. So
once upon a time, And
Oh, I'm gonna pull up a scene.
Gerard, I'd like to. Do your friends know?
I don't think so.
Right. All
Well,
of
some
us.
of them. One of them's local, so he might.
It's not from round here, dear. It's from up north in amongst the Mammoth Lord lands and the Sundered lands.
Oh.
Let me bring us all across.
Well, I've
Hey, everyone.
mostly been underground. I don't get out much. Well, until recently.
He'll like kind of gently ease you over to the other table. Let's get everyone round. Sparrow, come over here as well.
Story time.
Come on.
Illudim will let go of control of Neri's physical motor functions.
Everyone, come on, give everyone round. You notice at this point, Albert is at the top of a tapestry and is chewing on the tapestry like fixtures.
Eris will try and get him away.
Could you roll me a handle animal, please? He's very sprightly because his heritage being what it is.
Plus,
Being part Shadow Mastiff means that gravity is a suggestion and not really a hard fact.
do I get any bonuses since Albert was given to me?
He hasn't. Whilst he has, of course, like imprinted on you as your pet, he is still getting used to you.
Oh.
So he has a hardcore case of the zoomies. He is running around like an absolute madman.
Okay.
But Hunt, to answer your question, you suspect so. He scampers off through the past the comrade's legs and underneath the table.
Albert! Eris will try and catch up. Oh god.
Right. Story time, ladies and gents. We've got someone here who doesn't know about the story of the world wound. There's a mix of questioning looks and a couple of people going, because they've clearly heard Farran's stories from up at the world wound before. When I was in my formative years, back when I was but a humble private, I got stationed up at the world wound for the Great Crusade. It must have been the 5th or 6th at that point. We were up in with the Grenadiers at the time. When we got stationed there, we thought, the Crusade's winding down now, shouldn't be too bad. That's when all hell broke loose, of course, because it always does. But the Whirlwind, in short, it's a pit into the depths of the abyss itself, run by the demon lord Descari, the lord of plagues and swarms, also known as the Hive Lord. Nasty piece of work. Well, we sent him. Me and the boys sent him back to the abyss where he belongs, and sent Baphomet back to hell to serve as Asmodeus' footstool for eternity. Not me personally, of course. I was busying myself with stabbing lemures with my bayonet at the time. But long story short, we kind of resolved the little issue, but it is a bit of an ocean of glass at the moment. Most of the Crusaders came back a little bit touched in the brain. Made them all that dealing with demons and such made them a bit susceptible to possession. So they say that half the ones that didn't come back, really they did. They just came back with their friends instead. Kind of like a big celestial carriage pool. I can show you the scars. He winds up his sleeve, and it's just as he takes off his glove, it's just one big burn scar. Dreadful stuff.
Oof.
My own damn fault. Didn't check my flint. The spark caught onto my powder horn and nearly took my arm off. And of course, there's the musket ball to the face. Dreadful thing. But yeah, we get by gumption, don't we? And I'm still as handsome as ever. He winks with his good eye. He moves the eye patch back to the other eye.
Well, speaking of stories, I might have something that will lead to a few. He plumps the keg onto the table.
Ah, right.
Fran's eye lights up.
I might need everyone's help with carrying out a little ritual. This ritual is quite simple. It involves drinking.
Why didn't you say? And Sir Evergreen is there, just looking at you with this pleading look on his face. Please don't be too raucous. That's the look on his face. It's hard to tell. He's literally a bundle of branches, so it's kind of hard to gauge his reaction. There's this look of pain on his face.
You can kind of see the glint of Baz's troll-like teeth from underneath the sallet. Just grin back at him.
No, ladies and gentlemen, that's room to drink in moderation. And as Evergreen looks around the table. Everyone is paying absolute rapt attention to you, hon. Everyone.
I see.
Ludum's going to look a single eye over. Make sure you get the ritual correct. It has to be to the gods.
That is true. Now, I believe the way it works is, we need about 50 people to all take a swig at the same time. With this fine drink. I'm going to quickly roll knowledge religion to try and to make sure that that is in fact correct.
Okay. Yes, but there is a caveat. It scales with the amount consumed. So if you can either get a large number of people to drink a little bit, or a small number of people to drink a lot.
That sounds more fun.
I mean, it does sound more fun.
But I do remember that if we drink a lot of it, that should suffice as well, and then it doesn't have to get as crowded.
So, what's our time frame to be finishing this little keg of yours?
I think the evening.
Well, that's enough for Iris, but what about the rest of us? Iris is trying her best to slap Ferrand upside the head, but your local Slavic church-going archer is thankfully in the way, and more akin to a brick wall than a person. Oh god. Okay, so an image of the chair has been supplied.
It's beautiful.
I'm guessing he sent it to you first.
Oh no, I just saw it in game art.
Hang on, let me upload this real fast. Oh my god, I've made too many fucking NPCs.
Yes, the chair and NPC.
Those of you at home, feel free to kill some of these NPCs, so I've got some bloody room.
For the low, low price of $20, you can kill an NPC right now.
I don't understand why you would want to, but except for just you had to make room.
Also, switch up from Zelmez, $4.99. Bill, check DMs.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yep.
I
Oh
just
my
checked with
God.
Zalmas if that had been read out yet, because I was AFK at that point.
Behold, Lilakanatar!
It's very good. I do appreciate the crude little drawing from earlier.
Yes.
We'll bring it.
Or Maurice.
That's literally what I was picturing in my head when I was thinking of the crude asset.
Oh, poor Maurice.
Oh well, says your good pal Evergreen. Well, when in Rome, do as many Romans as you can. I knew where Rome was, but I may as well. My feet ache terribly.
Glad to hear that.
What, the feet
The
aching?
part that you're participating, that is.
He looks down. You notice him kind of just turn his head does this belong to anyone? And as Evergreen holds up his sabatons, there is a small dog hanging off of them.
Sorry. As Eris will scampers, almost tripping, running over.
Bill, do I recognize those sabatons?
Oh no, those are Evergreen sabatons.
Okay, gotcha.
They are a part of his body at this point.
The Cyan Eye is going to look over in the direction of Evergreen while the Lavender Eye continues to keep staring at Iris, specifically waiting for her to show these diagrams of how to bull ride. Is this everyone in the building? We're going to need more bodies.
I could see if I could rustle someone else up. I think there's that chap from the Mages Guild in the other room. But I'm not sure if he drinks.
Just in, $20 from Mechanicus on duty, saying, "As you wish, Bill. It's the week of the turtle. Mine turtle population doubles. That ought to kill a few."
Oh no! Thank you, Mechanicus.
You ask and you shall receive.
I like how Licia is slowly turning into a Cambodian soccer field.
Just full of mine turtles.
It's just no one takes care. Like, there's no predator to kill off the turtles properly, so they
what
keep
if
breeding.
What if the Galapagos Islands were owned by Morocco?
It's always mine turtle breeding
Galapagos
season, apparently.
turtles.
A Galapagos turtle landmine would be like a Fagasi mine. It would just be a barrel of napalm with a claymore strapped to the side. Oh, I almost missed the toast. Your Mula kind of oozes up to the rest of you in that way that only the one friend that no one invited to the party can.
He's just like, "Oh, let me scoot on by."
With a mode of movement that really just scream, "Where's my hug?"
Eludum starts to talk, but his voice comes out of Neri's mouth. Oh, don't worry. There's more for everybody. Can't leave you out after all.
Eris is trying to wrestle Albert off of the sabatons. Gently.
As you do, could you roll me a handle animal, please?
Here you go. 11.
You do manage to dislodge Albert, but there's this horrible scraping noise as his teeth just scrape across the metal of the sabatons. And everyone perhaps goes, "Ah!"
I'm sorry.
Cringe.
Well, I do believe we've got a new master of ceremonies here. Would you propose a toast, sir? He's he's nation towards Baz.
Well. To a night of prosperity and, well, fond memories.
I don't know how much we're going to remember of this.
He says
That's
with
the
a
spirit.
sly grin.
As for says that he will. As Fran says that he will slap Neri on the backside.
I didn't quite mean like that. Ugh.
Oh, calm down, dear. I'm old enough to be your parents. I'm not going to be looking at you like that. It's just the spirit of the thing.
Alright.
The Lavender Eye is going to drain completely from color. It will now show up on Neri's face.
Oh no.
Watch your hands, mate.
Oh no, I'm just jesting. Calm down. This isn't even my hand.
What is
Being on the
happening?
front of the Orlean Wall was a really rough time.
I see. Whose hand is it then?
Oh, my hands belong to the king, of course.
I see.
So when you touch yourself at night, are you doing it for the king?
And country, sir. And country.
For the king!
He'll wiggle his eyebrows at the term country.
I'm sure.
Hang on 1 second.
Out of Illusion's mouth, he's going to look towards Iris like, can you please slap him the next time you have a chance?
Oh, by the way, Neri and my ethereal friend. I've got some gifts for you guys. Neri, he will hand you a set of.
Oh, wait 1 second.
Yeah, I'll wait for Bill.
Bill had to step out for a second.
Oh, also, the money for the algae. I don't know how we want to split it. By the way.
You did most of the collecting.
Yes.
Baz is fine on funds, so he will forgo his bit.
Yeah. I only just took a couple.
Ludum just generally passes his hand towards her. I don't need money.
Okay. She'll look towards Mark. Wait, where is Mark on here even?
Mark is busy converting someone in the other room.
What is this storage
Exactly what I'm
area?
doing. I'm fucking worm tonguing this guy in the other
Yeah.
room, like, you know they hate you, don't you?
Oh, I missed something. What happened?
Just that Mark, Comrade's been going around to random people in the
Just
pub
converting
and trying to
them.
stir up
No, it's-
proletariat discontent.
It's that really dumb guy from before, innit, who couldn't read or write or whatever.
You're just gonna make him really self-conscious.
Which one that narrowed isn't down exactly 0?
Like,
He's
I think
talking
his mom works at the Women's Institute, like, where I'm,
No, I think that was
Sparrow.
yes, Sparrow.
Sparrow's mum is the head of the institute. I believe Jack's mum is also in the Women's Institute as well. Let me double check my notes. Let me check the relationship chart that puts fucking melty
Relationship
blood to shame.
circle.
Fuchsia Eye is going to disappear from Yuri's
Um,
face, and now it's going to appear generally in the field of vision of Mark. It's not actually there, but it's going to appear in the field of vision of Mark and say, "Please stop trying to convert people. Come drink at the table."
Wait,
Oh yeah, Jack is
Wow.
one of the Torodes. He does not have a family member in the Women's Institute, but he not directly anyway. I believe he is one of he is
is he,
Edith Tostovin's stepson.
is he the one that bought us the letter thing, like,
Yep,
all
he
the
is
way back?
one of the couriers.
Yeah, I think that he's the first person that I gave a crowbar to.
Yeah, he's
Like,
still got it. He's wearing it on his hip as proud as punch. In fact, he's
Yeah,
polished
yeah.
it within an inch of its life.
No, look,
It's just so
with-
thin and fragile.
Oh no, it's like he's like it's clear that he's taken like a file to it and he's like ground down the angles to a nice octagonal for improved grip.
Fancy.
Nice. Yeah, you know, just cavorting with the new generals, like in my people's revolution. I can come and join your ceremony, but obviously I don't believe in any of the gods of this world. Like, if that's gonna poison your thing.
I mean, we're all gonna get drunk.
We have
Well,
beer.
first off, Mark, I can't drink. Dead. Secondly, you don't need
You
to
can
believe in the
try.
gods. You just need to believe in booze. Like booze?
It's booze for the
Do
people.
believe in booze, yes.
Jack will wander up. Well, as
Come, comrade, come and sit next to me. Like,
Baz is just in the
He'll
way.
perch up on the,
Third wheeling.
no, get that up. I'll just perch on the bearskin rug. It's all good.
no,
Oh
no.
wait, I just realised
Have my
something.
seat, have my seat. I'll go on the best.
How cartoonishly large this bearskin rug is.
Yes.
It feels more like a
Fuck.
bison.
I think it
Yeah,
might
yeah,
actually be like a
monstrous bear.
mammoth.
It must be to be that huge.
It's a colossal
Though,
bear.
though the big,
He's-
the wolves are
he's
pretty
got a
big
tail.
too.
It's got a tail, so
and
it has
the,
to be
like,
like a beast of burden of some
Boars
kind.
over here.
25 feet by like 10 feet wide.
I could imagine it's more of like a bison or yak.
I think it might actually be a mammoth, like or a mastodon or something.
Why not a bugbear?
But a bugbear's a sentient, like semi-humanoids. It's a big fucking bugbear. And this location, this island does have mammoths in the snowy regions. They're more central though, and much like there is an east coastal desert.
God.
That's why the east coast does not have a leg of the church, because they do not follow the same gods.
More importantly, Ricolt's just going to get fully out of the bag now and tie the rope trick around his waist, making it into a makeshift belt, and kind of just hover in place in the seated position next to Iris. You don't mind if you do my drinking for me, do you?
Wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've had in my mouth. She looks very lacy, very like nonchalant when she says this.
Can I look at the other people around her and their reactions?
The guy with the Slavic accent kind of scratches the back of his head. The elf is just laughing to himself. Jahangir is glaring at every single person on the table simultaneously.
Nice.
What is the AoE of his intimidate check? Oh yeah, it's like the whole ass room.
Oh, there you are, comrade. I had a little something for you as well. First of all, Neri, he will hand you a pair of sabatons.
Oh.
That are a deep black ironish color.
Thank you. I don't know what the occasion is.
Oh, I got bored and I just started like crafting some stuff based on like the pile of stuff which we've collected.
Well,
Jesus.
greatly appreciated.
Pirate Black.
Pirate Black.
Yes.
Very cool.
Statistically, it is a set of primal iron sabatons which you can use to kick.
Well, my feet are already made of rocks. Now they are made of metal.
Primal iron is the thing that let's put it this way, if you kick a Fae in the face, it might just explode.
Bruh.
Primal iron is cold iron fucks up the Fae, like they can't even see it properly. Primal iron's the step above that. Primal iron, if a member of the Fae race looked at you, it would not see anything below like the waist whilst you wore these. It would just see a bunch of static.
Bruh.
You have obtained face stompers.
Very cool. Thank you. Now, if we ever have some Fae to stomp, these boots were made for stomping.
Oh.
I feel like we shouldn't dwell on this. It's going to be getting into someone's weird shit.
Yeah. Let's swiftly move on from that.
Yeah,
I
you have
know
a
the
fan
live
base
chat
that's into
already
weird
is
shit. You need to be
just
careful.
horny, so we're gonna move on.
Right, my ethereal friend, I have something for you as well that may be of use. You will plonk down what is essentially a head-sized rock.
A head-sized rock.
Yes.
It's a boulder. That's a nice boulder.
Here,
Big
a
rock.
rock.
Now, I'm not very good with this kind of stuff, but I've heard that people with telekinetic abilities can mold it like clay.
And he's going to audibly sigh. Illuden's going to audibly sigh. He's going to tilt his head back and start shaking his head. And as he's shaking his head, I'm going to send this picture to you, Bill. As he's shaking his head, his face is morphing. Physically changing. His expression changes. His face changes. His voice stays relatively the same. But the image that everybody at the table can see now is a man of relatively slenderish build, but with dripping long hair where his silver locks were. It's taking me a second to get it. 1 second. It's in this folder.
I wouldn't feel bad about it. My folders are absolutely fucking nightmare mess. How many?
So I keep everything on externals.
Well, it is on an external, but my external folders on folders and folders.
But yeah, that's the reason why I started naming everything and not saving them as like 4chan image files with numbers.
Let's see, look at my monster tokens file. 1 file, 2, 3,
While you're
4,
looking,
5, 6,
I came across
7
this.
to get to the NPC file, and there's like 3 others beyond that.
While you're looking, I had just come across something that I didn't see, but apparently it came out the other day. Have you guys seen Jordan Peterson's Twitter drip? Oh my god, it's the most embarrassing thing I think I may have ever seen. He has a Twitter suit, as in he has a tie covered in little Elon Musk heads, and his shoes have the Twitter logo pattern on it, like a pattern of Twitter logos. It's a full-on blue suit. It's so blue and like cream. It's the worst thing I really don't know.
Diddle me this, Batman.
I feel like that should disgust me.
It does. What disgusts me, I'm not opposed to them. Just while you've... Because we should make this some sort of...
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's a crime against fashion.
What is it with him in fashion lately, with that fucking two-tone suit looking like a goddamn Kamen Rider 01 villain?
It looks like his hands and face have been edited on, and it's
I
like
know,
a
I thought it was
hipster.
Photoshopped when I just saw it, I was just looking at a meme. I was
He's
like,
wearing
those...
Twitter tins.
He's
Just
dressed
for-
like Zidane from fucking FF9!
Oh my god,
It's exactly Zidane from FF9, but worse!
Exactly that.
Don't mind our once an episode tangent. It'll happen.
Okay, there's no way, like, sorry, just scrolling through Twitter a little bit, and I'm just like, no way, that's because it looks Photoshopped.
Literally,
How is this real?
return to monkey!
Rejects humanity, return to monkey. He's trying to return to Bird App. Didn't you come back already, Jordan? I
Don't give him shit, he'll enter trance and kill us all. This motherfucker out here dressed like Zidane from FF9.
Oh lord, the picture I wanted to use is not very good clearability, so I'll just have to use my backup one.
It's all good, man, it's all good. I've seen such curses today.
Yep. His hair changes from silver to a off-pink color white with a single strip of white running down the face. His features smoothen out, and his eyes are now a pure violet. He clears his throat. You do realize I am a dominator, not a manipulator. Yes.
Iris kind of just looks up for a drink. You'll learn.
Well, I kind of figured with the whole being ethereal thing that telekinesis was something you could do.
No, mate. I've been using Neri's ability to telekinesis this entire time.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. It's the reason I made contracts with all of you.
I don't really remember signing anything, though, to be fair.
You don't, really? He puts his finger to his temple and ejects the memory of him doing all the prestidigitation involving...
There was a big light in the sky.
Oh, that! I didn't really entirely understand what I was signing up for, but that's okay.
That's the spirit. Literally.
How most people sign contracts, to be fair.
Starts, like, everyone else is, like, poring over all the documentation. Neri's just here, EULA, click.
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck it,
Yeah,
that'll
just click
do.
all the things,
Click-
and she like click the one that she's subscribed to an email listing as well.
No!
Renew your subscription to horseporn.com.
Please don't sign my soul up for spam. I didn't want this.
Generally, nearly, darling. What I had to do was ensure that you wouldn't die. And unfortunately, because of this, he pulls at his neck with almost what seems to be nothing there, but as he tugs at it, a very clear magical binding lights up, written in ancient letters. Tugs at it a couple times to make sure it's visible. I can't actively help you unless I agree to not harm you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nasty little ritual left behind by his god. But fortunately for you, it means that you now have the service of one ancient man.
Well, you've been quite helpful so far, for the most part.
Iris will actually chime in. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Poltergeist activity interacts with this kind of stone the same way that telekinesis does.
Unfortunately, he looks over at Iris. I am not somebody masterful in telekinesis. It's not actually my set of skills. per se.
Well, that's a little awkward. But, you know.
You know what fixes awkward situations? Alcohol.
Exactly.
It would if I could drink it.
Oh, you can hang out here while I do. Would you get some residual effects?
Well, I would be much more keen to be inside of one of you, but that would be impolite.
Jack will chime in. Yeah, as a courier, we are allowed to host the weird stuff. Yeah. He's kind of just trying. He doesn't seem very sure of himself.
The courier is offering to give you a ride. It sounds like.
Oh, what a brave young man! He uncrosses his legs and just starts hover walking towards him on air.
He just T-poses and just floats towards him. Even if you do that, like Jack's kind of just like holds out his arms and T-poses himself. But it's more of like one of those. It's what they call the Konosuba T-pose of just let it hit me.
Oh, I'm going to be much more polite than that, son. I'm not going to treat you like one of these ghouls we had to deal with back at the Abbey.
I've run messages for the Foresters Guild. It wouldn't be the worst thing I've done.
Trust me, you're not going to be the same after you've had me inside you.
I think Mum warned me about people like you.
He's going to close his eyes, and his eyes are going to change to the original color, but pitch black, lavender, and fuchsia. It's like, I hope she did. Grab his head. And he'll just like slowly pull him towards him. Instead of like jumping through his mouth, he'll just simply meld through his hands, through his head first, before just shriveling his way through his body.
It's remarkably easy to move in this carcass. There's something about the way he's like malnourished and like just caked in filth from his job as a courier that makes him really easy to just move around. It's like his joints just a bit too loose.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a human being. But as a host, he's fantastic. He's like easy mode.
Just grab the now freeform hanging rope of my bag and just take out the giant cheese wheel and start eating it. Like,
oh shit! Hell yeah! I've been trying to get hold of this stuff for years.
And just move the body back towards the side of the table with Iris.
Baz will roll the boulder back to him, carried under his left arm, and then.
Like I said, the boulder will work for ghost hosting as well, because poltergeisting works under similar circumstances of telekinesis.
Yes.
But it has to be actively muddled with spiritually rather than at range.
Right. And, comrade, I also have something for you. He just kind of drops the burlap sack, and you can hear the rattling of metal. I managed to fix up some of that plate armor that we found way back when in the Goblin Cave. It's nothing fancy, but it doesn't slow your movements down, so I reckon that could help.
It is remarkably nice looking.
Indeed.
Also, I'm just making him demolish all the rations I took from the kitchen earlier.
Also, you there, Mark?
Comrade, are you there?
We're,
Mr. Comrade, please
Ready
unmute thyself to
get-
talk to the people.
Everyone,
to
put
engage in this
put your hands in
ceremony,
the
not just
air.
get screwed up.
Give communism your energy.
Hold up your bread and share it with
he
your...
lives.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
There has to be the communism spirit bomb now. But do you give him grain? I'm not sure.
Put your hands in the air and give the communists your fiscal energy. How else will we pay for Snake Way?
Basically, he gives you a set of ceremonial plate armor that doesn't slow your movement down in the slightest, and has no check penalty to it.
Under normal circumstances, it would be half the usual armor bonus. However, thanks to system mastery, it's about the same.
Yes, it's armor class 9.
Oh, well, that's very good.
Bespoke. And it is bespoke as well. It is fitted directly to you. And by that, I mean, I believe that Baz will literally fit it to you here and now.
Yes.
Alright,
I'll just
I
use
assume the
Reforged for
position-
it.
For reference, ceremonial plate is, I would call it Conan the Barbarian plate, where it's kind of more stylized. It's designed to look intimidating and allow freedom of movement rather than be terribly, terribly defensive. However, in this case, it is as good as full plate.
Yeah, that's good, because, like, Agile and I, like, so that's what I need.
Yeah.
It's a super full plate you can quite comfortably do handstands in.
While I'm making the courier imbibe gorgeous amounts of food, abnormally, I might add, his mouth is moving in ways that would not be non-paranormally possible.
Oh, that's the best thing. The reason
Are
that you're
you
so comfortable with
forcing
Jack
this man
is-
to engage in a mukbang. Sorry.
Oh God, no!
No.
Don't give Jack the
Mikado.
Mikado treatment.
Let me-
The
let me
skinniest
find a good
twink in the
game.
setting, and you're just having him gorge himself.
I mean, that's what
the
happened
origin story.
to
He's
Nick,
skinny
so he started
Skinny
as a
bones,
skinny
he's-
twink too.
Yeah.
And now look where we're at.
I will say, the reason you're having such an easy time puppeteering Jack around is that he does have like joint hypermobility in almost every single joint, so you can just unhinge his jaw like a snake.
Well, okay, there's an obvious question. How flexible is he?
Iris
is
will probably
Carl going
find
to
out because
find
he's the
out?
puppet at the minute.
Yeah. And are you willing to find out?
The real question is, who's going to help?
No, I think you don't need any assistance.
No, I think
Iris
I
is quite
think I
casually
do.
leaning on his right hand there and looking at him.
He's not exactly looking at her. He's more focused on making him eat because he's just mentally thinking, Jesus Christ, you are skin and bones, man. I can't
There's-
even do anything
Oh, I
fun
thought
with
you were-
you.
The
I thought-
crypt thing unironically had more meat on it than Jack does.
I thought you were like enjoying being able to eat food, being an incorporeal spirit.
I will say this: the cheese locally is not great. It's okay, but it's not great. There's something about it. It's a kind of almost like a not a chalkiness or a waxiness to it, but it's just something a bit alkali about it.
Mm.
It's just the wrong kind of fat for the cheese. It's more of a buttermilk than it is a cheese milk.
As to answering your question, the problem is that more importantly, even though, and this is the case of the picture that I sent, if Bill wants to throw it on the screen, even though this being the actual appearance of what Almon chooses to look like when he's not looking like a floating spirit, Ludum is very much focused on making sure this man does not die of starvation. So he's just making him eat.
Now, important thing to note here is that Jack does eat. He's not encountering any problems getting him to actually eat the food. The reason that Jack is so skinny is that he is a courier, so he walks everywhere. And I mean, I say walk, he runs and sprints everywhere. The man's stamina.
That guy from Zelda.
Let's put it this way. Yeah, he's pretty much like the guy from Zelda. Like, if anyone had like a stamina like pool, Jack's is basically infinite. It is like high double digits of stamina points. The man just does not tire. His metabolism is just fucked up, to be perfectly honest.
You know that famous Ethiopian Olympic guy whose name escapes me?
Usain Bolt?
Oh,
I think Usain Bolt's from-
like,
Is that what Jamaican?
Usain Bolt wasn't. I mean, this is an Olympic runner.
there's like a general in the. I'll come back to it.
But
I'll
naked?
find out who it was.
Tamarat Tola?
That was a different one.
You think you're Tamarat Tola?
Just generally
Or is he the
just
sprinter?
butt naked at the table.
Yeah, just-
not a good idea to invite.
He's like we see him later on with Iris. It's like my powers activate more quickly.
I disappear faster.
She's waking up. I disappear fast.
Assault charges cannot hit me. Right, folks. It seems the night is young, but not everlasting. So shall we get started with the ritual?
Yeah, I'm down. It seems everybody's here that we need to get it done.
Alman's going to stick his head outside of the courier. Penny, you need a drink with us.
Yeah.
Eris, you're
Yeah.
drinking with us, right?
I can try.
There's an extra chair next to Neris. I'll just pat
Just
my
pass
hand on it. Come on.
Evergreen will pick up
It's
the
a-
dog
this is
and
a-
place
this
it
is a
on the
group
table and
bonding
put a...
activity. It might
And-
actually very literally be a group bonding activity in terms of I don't really know what we're doing here, but we might all become bound in some kind of horrible spiritual or cursed way.
Very cool.
Well, sir, I believe you're the master of ceremonies here. Would you like to lead the toast?
The masters appear the puppy.
Puppy.
You look to the dog. You look to Baz. Whichever of you would prefer.
Well, not really a man of many words, but here's to things getting interesting again.
Here, here. There's a mutual cheer from the table.
Cheers.
Skull.
Skull.
Campfire.
Yeah.
To things getting interesting again.
Much drinking is had.
Oh.
And so, just after the first draft, Mr. Evergreen. Yes, sir. If you're here, who's minding the door?
Uh-oh.
Didn't really think about it. Don't be so paranoid, lad. It's been a nice, quiet day. Nothing has happened. The old adage cannot possibly ring true. You adventurers are too paranoid. I'm just saying. No one's ever had a drink at the muster hall and not had it interrupted by something. It's at this point
Oh no.
there's an almighty crash. As
Oh no.
let me just get a few things into position.
This is
Ta-da!
Way.
Lovely.
As the front doors are booted open with almighty boot, and in waltzes two hulking pseudo-humanoid forms, almost like mockeries of people. These big, shaggy-furred, scaly-skinned, massive claws and rusty, oversized blades shattering their way through the wooden doors as the crack of whips in the background goad them onwards. These two hulking abominations. And in the other room, the skylight gives way, and down onto the meeting room table crashes an enormous, hulking, scaly monstrosity.
Oh
I
fuck.
thought this was a bar episode.
It's a tavern episode, there's a difference. Let's go ahead and put some music on, shall we?
Is going, as they start breaking in, Elutum's just going to continue telling him, just keep on eating, boy. Just keep on eating. He's going to pick his head out of the door and specifically lock eyes on the two figures at the door.
How many drinks are we in?
This is after the first draft, which is admittedly like a whole pint each.
So,
Is there
buzzed.
anything we need to roll?
Well, folks, guess we won't have to punch each other out.
A punch?
Yeah, normally when everyone gets pissed in the pub, they all punch each other, but luckily we've got some new entertainment. Seems.
Well. Do we want to get the startings of the shindig going, or do we want to leave it for this week?
It's up to...
I'd like to start killing their asses now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
we haven't done much, so let's... Besides just some
Plus,
roleplay.
it's been a
so.
while.
Besides,
We're
I haven't-
only
And it's been a
2
while,
hours
yeah.
in.
As long as everyone's
Let's
okay.
get this fucking party started then. Let's roll initiative.
Question, is there anything to roll considering the drinking factor?
Other than
Yeah.
for
Well,
my
It's-
character,
it's,
all, maybe.
You don't get drunk until 1 drink per point of Constitution score.
Well, I have 0 points.
Wait, 1 drink per point of Constitution score.
Then you start to make fort saves.
Wait, so I have a con
you
modifier
have-
of 0.
If you got a 0 or less, please roll a fort save.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Still, Patois has got some ass behind it, so you might want to be careful. Poison bonuses do apply towards this.
18.
If you are inhabiting a body, but are otherwise immune to poison, you are still affected because you are getting basically input lag.
The body has the lag. Controller has been disconnected.
Fuck, I'm rubber banding.
Fug.
Does 18 do for the fort
Yes.
save?
You hold your own. The small bowl of it pulled out for Albert.
Wait. Who gave him alcohol? That's poisonous to them.
Still a Fatois is a magically brewed alcohol, and is therefore dog safe. At least as far as a server we know. Okay. Let me just have a little look see. Wait. I'm gonna take a penalty shit. Okay.
Oh boy.
One small moment, boys and girls.
One of the enemies rolled poorly.
While you're getting stuff ready, Bill, shall we take a quick break?
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Alright.
As we get this party started.
Way piss break.
Hooray.
Oh well, for me, fill my glass up with spiced wine again. Way.
Aiden, you're not coming through. You muted.
Oh, I'm always so stupid about that. Because then I can't stand these YouTube shorts where like it's hard to turn the volume off. But I just reposted
not-
the
I did not mute the OBS.
Choose Your
I
Fighter pub
apologize.
video. For those who have not seen it in the chat.
You'll want one with a rolling bar crawl. Maybe some slight yelling in the background.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I almost forgot. Also, we're sorting out this. You were given something in recompense for the wig.
Oh yeah?
Behold.
The wizard weed.
Wizard weed. The strongest Zaza. Okay.
He said, don't smoke it all at once. It's only for emergencies.
Huh. What does this do? Would I know? Should I roll something for it?
You may roll whatever you desire. Spellcraft.
I guess I could just ask.
They
Presumably
say
not-
in a time of need, it will bring to you the person you need the most.
Interesting.
I'll still roll.
Think of it as a long distance way to communicate with someone, but only esoterically.
Okay.
Also, before combat.
They're
begins-
weed dreams, I see.
Based. Before combat, my prepared action. these two figures standing inside of the room or outside of the room?
They are outside currently. They've just battered down the doors.
Okay. First, he's going to walk his body into the other room with the cheese wheel while grabbing onto his bag of holding. He's going to toss it towards Iris. Then, Webb in front of the door.
Okay, that's a protection. Yeah, they would have taken an action. Okay.
He's using his move action to move him and then using the standard action to cast Web.
Okay. The timing. Oh, we forgot to do the NPCs. We just do them momentarily as I add everyone to the turn order.
And then I would need a token thingy, like added to the thing from you.
For which one?
Baz has made Iris a spear. I posted it in player's chat. The icon, it should be square, so it shouldn't like get really squished, I hope. But I need a token for it.
Ooh, yeah, we get that sorted out here.
Very cool, thank you.
Oh, Rat King, I'm usually actually not muted. I just I was recording audio today, so my voice is all kind of fucked. So I'm coughing more than usual. So I did just mute myself there. I do often mute myself. I'm sorry. It's just so people don't hear me coughing or making noise or my squeaky chair, and I forget.
Squeaky noises.
Bill, I have a religious question. Is it
I'm sorry.
Yep, far away.
Is it sacrilege to combine Hippocrates with famous grouse?
Don't
I'm
fucking
drinking
mix
famous
that.
grouse right
famous
now.
grass right now.
I want
Yeah.
some of the
Alright, good.
Hippocrates. Don't drink that, Mix.
Okay, is it proper Hippocrates or is it like
Proper.
with the oatmeal in it?
Oatmeal? As in, was made
I just
with
know it's
oatmeal?
made by one of the best mead breweries in the world.
Don't mix it with things.
Yeah, and I want some of that too. It was very little last
Why?
time.
In the name of God and all that is holy. Yeah, that is sacrilege. Would you mix
Okay,
it's made by
so-
a great brewer with the famous grouse?
Okay, there's a difference between regular
Oh.
Hippocrates and Greek Hippocrates. Greek Hippocrates is like a slurry of like oatmeal and wine.
Yeah, specifically medieval Hippocrates.
Okay, you got the medieval. Don't fucking mix that with things. That's expensive as shit. Oh, fucking slap the shit out of you.
Alright.
The audacity.
Fucking shit I put up with.
Mm.
Spend the whole evening making funny fucking voices for you assholes, not just for you to drink a shit mix of the world's second worst whiskey after teachers. mixed
Harry
with
Potter and the
one of the most,
audacity
one of the
of
most
this.
prohibitively fucking awkward to get wines going.
Don't worry, Bill. I'll give you lots of things to do in this combat trial.
I shudder to think.
I haven't used the other second prepared action on my turn.
Oh, also.
But for now, the courier, I'm just gonna jump out of his body and tell him.
Whoa, I don't know. Is everyone back?
I think.
What?
Oh god, I need to drop my dice. We just
Also,
got a
or-
few things.
Mark, are you alive?
Well, if Carl goes first anyway, I don't.
Well, this is a prepared action
Yeah.
for combat begins.
Oh, okay.
I am fourth in combat. Basically, he jumps out of his body and is like, I knew some shit was gonna happen. He starts limbering up his body, jumping around like Goku, about to beat someone's ass. He's like, go in the other room with the cheese. You'll get safe. He walks him over here.
Just locks him in a room with a wheel of cheese.
Yes.
How the fuck did Sir Green roll this well?
Distress as I misspell spear several times.
Oh god, your hang is in this combat.
Do
That
please
first
help.
one
you roll-
says sperm, please. That's great.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, hold on, that sounds wrong.
Please.
Hold up, wait a minute. Something's not right.
Well, at least she's being polite.
But
Man,
yeah,
the fucking
do
NPCs
help
are on
with
fire
that.
today. Even fucking Farand is actually getting something done for a change. Okay, let's try the new descending. Good grief, there's a lot of bullshit on this fucking board.
True.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, I'm guessing the puppy will go on my turn? Or would it...
If it's before you, yes. You know what, I'm just going to say it goes on your turn.
Okay.
I'll you just hit that on 8 and reorganize it.
You finish rolling, Bill?
Yep, good to go.
That turn
Okay,
order is
so,
so long.
Courier, gonna walk away with the wheel of cheese into the other room. He's gonna lock the door behind him.
You guys never let me have any fun.
No, this room over here, to the right, to the right.
That's all right.
I don't want him to cross in front of all the monsters.
Just runs
Jack is
into-
fast enough he could make it. That's the fucked up thing. He's He is spec'd into nothing but like free running.
Then, Webb in front of the door in this 20-foot range.
Find some webs.
And last action being Greater Witch Light. Light Witch Light in the center of the room in this 20-foot square, while he looks directly at Iris and says, "So how good's that arm of yours?"
Aris or Iris?
Iris.
Okay.
That has been a little bit confusing tonight, I
Yes.
would say.
Okay.
Listen, I gave the I rolled the name Iris randomly. You think that's bad? There's like 3 people with the same name on this island. And it's an actual plot point that they hate each other because they keep getting confused with each other.
And then right here in this 20-foot, the Bright Witch Light.
Yeah, get the light source there. Steve the Cum Beast usual do.
Finally.
No!
Bill, could you shift Z on Steve, please? So people can once more take in his glory.
I hate
Steve even
this.
got light.
I will open it in a new tab so I can zoom in, so everyone feels
It's
my
so
pain.
unsettling.
It immediately was huge in the new tab. I apologize.
It just takes up the entire screen.
But Almond just starts doing jumping stretches while he says to Iris, "So how good's your arm?"
Well, she kind of looks at you and say, "It goes."
Oh, we're gonna find out.
Let's this way. You can see that she's got a Zwei. She got a full flamberge, it's a Zweihander flamberge, not the pussy ass like bastard sword sized ones. And she can lift it and wield it one-handed.
Bruh.
Yeah, and she said, after she finishes that sentence, his eyes are gonna go like, black again, just like he possessed him. Like, we're gonna find out. And steps right inside of her square, ground and Evelyn see. While he's going in,
There's a deafening sound of like crack as she cracks her neck to get it limbered up. It legitimately sounds like a blunderbuss going off.
Nice. As he's going in, Almond specifically says, "I'd like you to know this is not how I intended to be inside of you."
Hang on. Let me find the artwork for this because I know exactly what I want to use for this. I have a meme for this. Don't worry about it, boys and girls. We just Web P, fuck yourself.
Fucking
just
Web
copy
P.
image.
Web P is a
My
fucking
existence.
blight. I
Wait,
hate
wait,
this
before you
shit.
try saving it, right-click, copy image, and paste it into a Discord chat. And then it'll be a PNG. I don't know
I
why
know.
the fuck that worked.
I
What
don't
the
know why.
fuck?
But it
I've
worked
been
for the
using a
spear.
goddamn conversion tool for no reason.
Yeah, I also downloaded have a conversion tool installed.
Also,
I
if it
still
found
Web
that out
P.
just now. Huh?
yes. If it downloads as a file without an extension type, you can just type in PNG and it will convert the file.
Wait, who is Darkness then?
I'm confused.
Well, it's a degenerate asshole. It's a degenerate possessed by a ghost. So,
Also, I started reading Chainsaw Man today.
God help us all. Oh, you're in for a ride.
I feel like, considering the last thing I watched was what did you call it? That Maho
You're doing a healer.
Shoujo
Why
site.
is everything a
No.
Web P?
I don't, because supposedly it's I guess it's like takes up less space or something.
You know what else takes up less
Taxing.
space? I can't make that joke.
I can. You know what takes up less space?
What?
Playing with Iris for the night.
Bruh.
Oh, I was going to make a very unwelcome joke about the Holocaust, so that's better.
Oh no, there you go, much better.
Cease.
Much preferred, Carl, thank you.
The great demographic shuffle.
There's
Also,
a joke in there somewhere.
also, while
about-
I'm
Takes up less space.
Wait.
It's also a horrific crime against humanity, so there you go.
also, while I'm possessing, can you just give me a general overview of Iris's abilities?
She is a... Okay, let me just move her over here for the sake of just initiative. Iris is a cleave build. So she can, among other things, and she's not just a cleave build, she's a cleave cool shot build, so she can hit about 3 people a turn and hit individual limbs.
Nice. This is a perfect target for an unerring weapon in True Strike.
There we go. We'll hit it up.
My god.
Like a magical girl transformation.
Yeah.
So she's basically darkness.
She's about as much of a thought as darkness, but she can actually swing a sword.
Okay, so she's useful.
Not quite as durable.
Squishy in places, but not health-wise.
I'm sure
guessing.
many of the men she's been with will disagree about her durability.
Bruh.
It's more about stamina at that point. But, where was I? Okay, Bosun Ferrand is first. Well,
Boy.
someone had to open the big fucking mouth, didn't they? He'll look back. He'll look at as Jack scampers out the back door. Well, no rest for the wicked, ladies and gents. And Ferrand, will take out a little notepad, flip through things. That seems about right. And he will scribble something down, rip off the page, it'll float up into the air. In a 50-foot radius around him, the enemy cannot make 5-foot steps. If they move more than half their speed, they will have to make a reflex save or fall prone.
Chad Warsphere user.
Warsphere, Gyroscopic
Gang.
Aura, one of the most grotesquely fucking awkward spells. Because your boy Bosun Ferrand here is a Sphere Magus.
Oh,
There's
God.
gonna be so much zone of control, Bill.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so much zone of control.
This is gonna be less Pathfinder and more like just tower defense.
Yeah, have you ever tried to run a checkpoint when you're up against a man who can literally control how far you can run? And,
No.
Just
But,
start
oof.
music.
apart from that, ladies and gents, I think that's now's our time to shine. You're up. Evergreen, I believe you've got the floor. Evergreen will. Well, ladies and gents, I think we've got some company to deal with, and I believe I've been slacking in my duties.
Didn't
Who
he
cares to
switch
help
out
me
the
clear out the
blade?
rubbish?
Let's go.
He'll
Right there with you, my lord.
clatter his halberd, the spike of his halberd into the floor, and as he does so, everyone, +1 to hit for the rest of the encounter, and please enjoy 10 additional temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Does this stack out of curiosity?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'll quickly set up my hit points so I actually know what the fuck I have.
So, apart from that little magical item action, he will also establish a area of control for his bodyguard. I think it's called combat patrol, rather, which is an enormous area. Yes, I was home. Your boys picked up a few bits of kit, but okay, comrade. first of the team.
Right, so this window here to the like to sneak out of there and climb in these trees and sneak up behind. And then they haven't managed to break through the door yet, have they?
They have thrown open the doors because they were not locked.
Okay, so the doors are open.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like do some springy leg thing, get ready to do a big jump.
Okay.
But I think that going first isn't the time to do it. I need them distracted from the front before making.
With brachiation, you can move far enough, but I would suggest waiting until the rest of combat is met, so you can attack them whilst they're webbed up.
Agreed.
Can you direct your eyes towards them so I can see them?
Oh,
I'm looking at their butts. Oh yeah.
You notice there's two. Okay, previously you've run into some goblins, but these are full orcs. They tower above the goblins you run into. You're not even sure what the other two are. If you've got any knowledge skills, you can. Anyone who's got knowledge skills can roll them. As information is being relayed.
It's one of those situations where we're all terrified of rolling
Geography for racial profiling.
Yeah, geography. I'm sorry. Geography.
Also, Bill, I specifically got one curse that makes me hate trolls and goblinoids more. Would that give me a bonus to
Yes.
identify these fuckers?
These are all considered trolls or goblinoids.
This is a lot of rolling to aid. 15, 20,
Okay.
21.
Okay,
And a 30.
A lot of geography rolls
Because we all have geography, that's why.
It's technically a knowledge local, so
Penny is very good at racial profiling, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow it. That's a high enough check that even the penalties. Okay, ogre, troll, orc. If anyone has knowledge arcana or knowledge dungeoneering, they can roll the monsters to the north.
Wait.
Basilisk.
Oh, fuck.
What do we know about the basilisk? I am a bit dumb. I know it's
A
a bad thing.
basilisk's gaze can turn a
Yep.
person to stone. It has just crashed through the skylight, so it has not quite got its bearings yet.
Isn't that something that you can block out by closing your eyes?
Yes, it's a gaze attack.
Alright. Baz will close his eyes.
Furthermore, with that roll, you know that the blood of a basilisk can cure someone who's been petrified by one.
Mm-hmm. I have a plan for the basilisk, don't worry.
Now, the important thing with basilisk is that they do have dark vision, so darkness will not be enough to stop them, though other effects that blocks line of sight will be.
How about cum?
What?
I don't think the game took account of that.
Like fucking cyberpunk
give him
music
pink
starts
eye,
playing.
quick.
What about cum?
Just give him pink eye, that'll do, surely.
I'm gonna give him something.
Please don't fuck the
What
basilisk.
worries me is that
to
you're
be
occupying
docile.
Iris, who is of the feminine persuasion. We successfully lowered the tone. That's really saying something, considering that one of the jokes I made earlier. We might have to bleep out. As a rabbi myself, I can only endorse these jokes.
That's not all
Comrades
devolved
now
into
perched in
Minecraft
position.
Squidwards.
The two of the beast tamers will crack their whips and whip the two into a frenzy. The troll and the ogre are doing their best to rip their way through the webs here. And okay, at least the troll did something. Do you know the durability of the webs, or is it just as the spell?
Let's see here. I believe it's just by the spell, and I don't think the spell is scripted up.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Say break
Strands
DC.
of the
I
web.
think. Spells DC. Yeah, break DC was the web DC.
Yes. DC equal to the spell DC. Spell DC is. And what's my fucking web line? I'm looking at my web line, but I can't find my web line.
As he sorts that, the.
Here we go. Reflex save negating.
Yeah. What's the total DC? Should be 10 plus half level plus the level spell, which is 2.
Yes.
So 10 plus your casting stat plus 2.
10 plus casting stat. 10 plus. Casting stats. Wisdom, correct? Or is it intelligence in this situation?
It is whichever stat you use to cast. I think you're int based, are you not? Or are you?
Yes.
Oh no, you're a sorcerer, aren't you? So you're charisma based.
Yes. So 5.
So it would be a total of 17. Which it makes as the troll reaches forward, wrenches at the webs, and tears it like a common piece of cloth, wrenching it off of the ground and cramming it into his maw, chewing on it noisily. With a horrid kind of wet lip-smacking noise as it just tries to chew through silk. It isn't getting very far.
Surprising he doesn't choke on that.
Trolls don't have a gag reflex.
Oh, so one's a troll and the other's an ogre.
Yep, one ogre, one troll, 2 orcs, and 1 basilisk.
Which one is the troll and which one's the ogre?
Trolls on the left. Trolls on the right, ogres on the left.
Gotcha.
Controls the green one. Remember, needs
Yeah.
to die with fire.
The only other troll you've met, though, is Gobshite, who's grey. Might be a different species. Lamarck will chime in. I wasn't expecting this much excitement this evening. Yeah. We'll kind of totter down. Well, you, what's your weapon of choice, sir? He'll, he's talking to Baz specifically.
My weapon of choice. Good old hoax. Actually, a kettle, in this instance. He says with a rictus grin.
Oh, why didn't you say? Here. He'll hand you a flask. It is like... As you handle it, you notice that the flask is like shaking, like noticeably in your hands. Like it's held together with prayer.
Would it be a bad idea to pour it in the kettle?
On the contrary, that's what I want you to do.
All right. He just pops open the lid.
As you pour a hybridization funnel mix of gravity slime and dragon fire.
Nice.
Also known as Greek fire. Basically, it pours out like a thick kind of stew, similar to like gelatin mixed, but it's got a glaring red face as it pours into the kettle, and immediately the entire thing just starts shaking in your grasp. I can't wait to see what happens next. Oh, what a surprise!
Way. All right. So,
The field is yours.
yes. Now, adhering to my new set of restrictions. Let's see. All right. Baz will move as such down here. This is. Let's see.
Ah, yes, you have to crab walk over.
I have to move in diagonals because of my armor, so it's a bit to figure out. in
Crab
terms of
walks
spacing.
over.
Yes. Move as such. I will make a cold shot to the eyes of the troll using the water.
Okay. I'll be at a -10, but hitting touch.
I'll factor it in on my end.
Right to Diggy.
And furthermore, I will quickly pour in some sugar with it.
It is a kettle that's designed for it, so I'll make it a swift.
In that case, I won't pour in the sugar because I had something else planned for that.
Oh, what actions do you have spare? So I'm flexible. on this.
Part of a move action.
Yeah, oh wait, no, it's ammo. It's a free action to switch ammo types.
Whee. Alright.
But I'm going to require that after this you purchase like a box of those like single serving sugar sachets.
Yes.
Like
Little
those
sugar packets.
Sugar lumps.
Man's going to carry around packets of Dixie Crystal.
Alright. Here we go.
Hit me with those fancy Peruche sugar cubes.
God,
No,
fuck is
Dixie
that?
Crystal.
holy sugar
Pocket
water
sand.
boiling.
Bruh.
Okay, that confirms. Oh dear.
Will you be
I'm gonna say she's six.
alone?
This is without me factoring in like the alchemist fire, mind you.
Good lord.
How much does the alchemist fire do again? Or like the total of the extra stuff?
Dragonfire, it's a mix of. This is water, sugar, and dragonfire. So you get
Yes.
1d4 for the sugar and 2d6 for the dragonfire. I remember what fucking gravity slime does.
Okay.
My memory serves, it's something fucked up.
Here's the additional damage.
Jesus Christ.
Bruh.
It needs to roll a fort save. Give me a second. Cock dice.
Baz rocks up, first enemy down.
Ah, a fellow troll. Pocket sand.
I've seen your kind before.
They're me.
Vibe check as you smash it in the face with a face full of burning glue, sugar, napalm, and oh, good grief, Jesus, how the, bruh.
Doesn't break in. It's not considered a war crime.
Look at what gravity slime even does. Jesus Christ. Okay, it doesn't get immediately knocked prone at least, but it doesn't matter because it needs to make a DC 43 and a half fort save. And it is as it bursts through and just, "Whoa!" And it starts shrieking in a high-pitched voice and just clutches his face and hits the deck like a sack of shit. As it fails its save versus death from massive damage.
So, as it keels over dead, and, like, the orcs behind it can see Baz, he just lifts up the visor of his Saleh, and he says, "Right, lads, first round's on me. Could I make an intimidate check?"
Yes, you do so at a
I think,
substantial
yeah.
bonus.
Okay.
Jesus.
To help with
I would hope
intimidating.
so.
To help with intimidating, just for the shit of it, just gonna light his eyes up when he says, "First round's on me." Bing!
Yeah, just anime fucking glow eyes shit.
Alright, this is to any enemy.
The toughest person in the fight apart from the basilisk, just hit the deck like a sack of shit.
More importantly, it's very important that you describe the opening of the door. Is it all the way open?
Oh, they smash it off its hinges. Ha ha! Ah!
That's nice. That's great.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
Hang on, I've got a sound effect for this. I've got a sound
Yep.
effect for this exact thing. As he hits the deck like a sack of doorknobs. There's a shrieking, mewling pile of burning flesh. Oh my god! I hope so. The troll will buy some time. No.
No.
Bill.
Yes.
I have spring attack, so I can keep moving.
Now spring attack is a full round action.
All right.
But you can keep moving. Yes.
Cool.
just for the purposes of like just him
Normally
moving.
you'd need shot on the run, but I'm not going to be an asshole about
I have
it.
shot on the run as well.
For fuck's sake!
Oh shit.
As you can see, Han has been busy since last episode.
Choosing violence.
Yeah.
I got banned from a roleplay server today for posting a picture of a goat in my character design. My character.
Wait, because of a goat?
It's like,
They didn't know what he was
not
gonna
really.
do.
That
Bill,
would have been funny.
Yep.
I will make a basically attempt to leap at the ogre. Now, I have a quick question for you before the attack of opportunity comes in. How much pressure is the gut of an ogre under?
Why do you ask?
Are you about to get in his guts, Hans?
Well, I have a hand drill.
Alright, the one you got from the one place.
Time to rip and tear, apparently.
Rule of thumb. Everywhere else in Galarian uses Galarian rules. On Lycia, you assume to use Warhammer rules.
Okay.
That is just choice to drill.
Could I make like a knowledge? Could I make a knowledge dungeoneering check whether to figure out whether bolt cutters or a hand drill would be more effective?
Hand drill, I'll use that one for. I'll give you that one for free. The bolt
Okay.
cuts it with enough range of like motion to actually cut.
I elect to allow him to continue using my glowing eyes for this menacing action.
I'd have given those for free.
Menacing.
Now, I will say you already use your attack roll intimidation and check this turn, so you won't be able to move. But you
I do
can
have
draw your
second
weapon for
attack.
next turn.
I do have a
Oh.
second attack,
Cool.
and I can draw as a free action.
Under normal circumstances, wouldn't spring
Goddamn,
attack
what?
normally take a full round action for one attack?
I can do no, because
Dual strike.
good question.
If you've got dual strike, I'll allow it, but because
I have,
spring attack specifically works with it.
Heavy counter, which allows me to make 2 attacks.
Understandable, haven't I? So-
Goddamn, bro.
Now, what you're witnessing in here, boys and girls, is what we call a system mastery golf.
Yeah.
As Han lays waste to these assholes. I think the best looks on you, boys and girls.
All right.
Roll hit. Don't roll.
As I start drilling.
What is the ogres? Oh, it's only 17. I'd put out. I thought I'll throw the big heavy-duty encounter at the start.
I'm sorry, Bill.
No, this is fucking hilarious.
Also-
Han is just, again, just woke up and chose violence.
Okay, this might be a bit cruel.
Oh no, not a good way to
You
start.
threw burning sugar in a troll's face.
But, as I'm doing this, I would like to spend a swift action to reforge the drill to expand it.
The ogre would like to use an immediate action quickly. Because it sees you whip out Your hit's 19. Okay. It puts its hands up. It like puts its hands up, drops its weapon. I surrender.
Baz, do you continue your attack?
Oh no, if he surrenders, then I shall give him quarter.
Thank you. I ain't getting paid enough by these idiots. They're fucking weird.
I'll just give him a slow nod.
After Baz nods, Alman's gonna speak through his mouth.
Shall let us drink.
We're
The two
just trying
orcs
to
like
get
whipping the
fucked up.
ogres like he has a drill. I'm not afraid of you. I have a natural armor above a 2. These don't even hurt me. This is like a classical D&D troll, not troll, ogre. They are fucked up looking. They've got like a weird, like long head, almost like a camel. They're bewildering looking creatures, but it's very unnerving to see them like holding a decent conversation.
The terrifying fear of being disemboweled made it think, you know what? Fuck these people.
Yeah, that's the one thing that ogres fear is being disemboweled. Because for an ogre, if you pierce their gut wall, it takes like 20 minutes for them to disembowel, and it unravels like a fucking like silly string.
Didn't Mark kill an ogre before?
Yeah. Wasn't it an ogre?
With the bowling ball, with the bob.
Yeah, with the gorb.
Yeah, disemboweling is like the one thing ogres fear, as a rule. Even these more classical D&D style ogres that are less gut heavy and more like neck heavy for some reason, there's like, nah, that hurts. That's morale broke.
Also, Bill, before the basilisk's turn, how many hit dice does it have?
Bruh.
Oh, good question, Bill. How many hit die did the troll have?
The troll had 6 hit dice.
Okay, that's very good to know.
And how many does the basilisk have?
Could you roll me engineering? Oh, we know you rolled it engineering, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
It has 7.
I can't use that spell on it. That's fine.
Big Ted Tyrionson's turn.
As my levels grow, I'm just gonna start having more control spells, and you're just gonna get more annoying for you, Bill.
Big Ted will have to use his turn to drink as he breaks open a bottle, a very finely made glass bottle filled with a glowing blue liquid. See you on the other side.
Is he about to
And
ward?
He starts chugging. If anyone has some knowledge of alchemy, they can roll it.
Lord have mercy.
Would craft alchemy work too?
Yes.
Very cool.
So that's why we're already in action.
Oh, that's relatively high. I feel like it shouldn't be.
Yeah. That is a very strange chemical. That is a very highly potent alcohol made from fungus. It is a bottle of goblin crack, spelled K-R-A-C-K.
Oh, right. Oh, my God. No, not crack. No, no, crack is
Also known as
back.
berserking in a bottle.
Oh, no.
Oh, so he is gonna ward. Okay.
We've had experience
Goblin
with that
crack
before.
was of course brewed by goblins. It's designed to have a nice clean, as far as goblins go, complete and utter insane frenzy. It turns a person into a ball of violence. Sparrow, on the other hand, will see that the window is open and dive out of it.
Man, am I glad we didn't have to fight him on the farms.
Well, he like hops. It's a nice, neat little hop out the window, and he's got a short
Perfect
sword ready.
arch.
Like takes a jogging run, walks up the window, starts sprinting towards the enemy.
It's like it's like a nice like nonchalant jog and like a nice clean like tuck and jump through the window. Right, boys, let's get this show on the road. As he rubs his hands, draws his short sword, and go and kind of like readies himself against the orcs. Whips, what's this bloody amateur hour? Well, what in whips are they called Iris up? Speaking of whom?
Oh, remember you moved her portrait off to the side and replaced it with a meme?
Yep. Yeah, she's still here. Here in spirit.
So you're gonna use the meme character, or are you gonna use her portrait?
I'll use the meme Imogen's case to depict that she is possessed.
Okay. On her turn, while I can talk to her while she's possessed, I'm like, all right, dear, just be relaxed. Don't do anything too sudden. No jerky movements, and think very clearly.
She will, as smooth as silk, move up to this doorway, go flat against the wall, so I hand her ready, and as she does, she, having had the blade like completely flat to her body, brings it down to the left on the side, and you feel every muscle twist like a spring trap. Whatever goes around that corner is getting cleaved within an inch of its life. It is legitimately like, it is like one of those punji traps they used to kill elk.
Bruh.
This is just one big tightly wound ball of violence.
Well, I do like my women strong in number.
Let's put it this way, don't get within 5 feet of Iris for the rest of this turn, because if you are, when that blade swings, it's going to be a bad time.
And I'm gonna cast crit on her too, so don't do it.
Bruh.
To which, Carl, it's your turn.
All right. Secondary Witchlight directly over the head of the basilisk, directly towards the back in this position.
It looks up. Mm-hmm.
Secondary
Right.
Witchlight in the position of the first.
Yeah, let's make a copy of that.
Neri, please turn your head to the right.
Will do.
Technically, in your position, it's like if you're facing towards the door where Baz is, it'd be to your right. If you're facing towards us, it'd be to the left. I just need line of sight because I'm not turning her head around the corner.
Well, yep. Turn my head in the position of a
Just
thingy.
make sure you're not staring directly at it. I don't want you to get fucking petrified.
Right. Well,
Question,
yeah, I don't
is
want
her
to get.
character immune to petrification because she's rock?
No, I don't think I have that. Well, I don't know, Bill. It doesn't say. I don't have that kind of immunity that I saw on the sheet. But
I would say that a petrification is less severe, but it does still debilitate somewhat.
Okay. Glance quick enough to be able to confirm the position of the basilisk.
all right, I try to avoid looking at its eyes, obviously.
Okay, she glances. I see through her eyes where it is. Using not her mouth, Ulutum starts chanting words, and as he finishes chanting the words, scroll back up to what the goddamn spell is. There we are. First action is going to be unerring weapon on her Zweihander. +2 bonus, +1 for 4 casting levels on attack rolls to confirm critical hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, second spell, with the lights converging, a axis point to show the shadow of the basilisk on the table, Shadow Trap.
Please roll reflex save. It rolled a 1.
Bruh.
The lights converge and swirl.
This whole fight has been whoa, bruh.
Lights converge and swirl in a pattern that allow it to track the shadow. The shadow, almost alive, is now being pinned by a near invisible spear that is holding it in place. It is now no longer allowed to move further than 5 feet from its original position, and each round on its turn, the target can attempt a saving throw to end the effect as a full round action. As remember, he's not allowed to make 5-foot moves.
Yep. He's within 50, I believe he is within 50 feet. Yep, he is just within 50 feet of your boy. And the roll he got is caster thinks everything is invisible when they close their eyes.
Well, that's true.
Now, for a basilisk, now there's options on the table for him. He either thinks, I can close my eyes and be invisible, or I can open my eyes and turn someone to step. I'll have to roll that on a percentile chance of either one on his turn, because basilisks are dumb as shit.
Really?
Yep, not very bright creatures. They are like int 2. They are animal level intelligence.
Does that mean you can handle animal?
That's a good question.
You technically can, but they are magical beasts.
I'm magical enough.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, well, I can
Carl,
also
any other
apparently I can withstand a little bit of looking at by a basilisk. So
It's fine. Just beat it in the head until it's considered an animal.
I will not make a move action this turn, and I will end my turn now.
Okay. Twitch will continue. You complaining that he's been shoved in a corner. Basilisk turn. Let me get my percentile dice.
It has a big head that needs pets.
Kind of like tries to move and realizes it's stuck to this table.
Oh no, it makes sad noises.
Oh no, it makes sad noises. No.
It looks gloomy, and it reaches up with its front legs and covers its eyes.
Oh no, he's not a bad basilisk.
Wait, who the fuck
no,
airdropped him, by the way? Hold on.
Basilisk.
Who airdropped him in, by the way?
Yeah, who airdropped him?
This isn't a fucking Apple product. We can just airdrop an image.
He came in through the skylight, and he landed with quite the thunk, but it doesn't seem to be anyone above currently.
Just jump up there? What the fuck happened?
Exactly.
Basilisks can climb reasonably well, though they don't have the climb speed. So, in fact, they don't even move very fast. They've only got 20 foot of movement. So you're not sure how the hell he got up there, because he would have needed help.
Exactly.
I just suppose the troll like gave him a shove up.
He just, both of the trolls fucking yeeted it and just hoped it would land. Close enough.
Neri.
Yep. Okay. Oh, he's. What's my aura of?
I would not move that square.
I'm not trying to move directly in. No, I'm not trying to move directly inside the square. I'm trying to see. I can't move very fast because I'm made out of rocks, or very far. So I'm trying to see how far can I.
No, I
move
mean-
and how much do I.
I mean, the 5 squares around Iris. I would not move into the squares around her.
Basically, the lady that Carl is in right now. Basically, if you are too close to her, you're dead. Additionally to what else is there.
Oh, right. Okay. I would like. I'm now concerned that this poor basilisk has not is been forced into this thing with this entire situation against his consent.
He didn't do
He's
nothing.
very
He's a
dumb.
good boy.
I think he's a good boy. He sounds sad.
This is your
but-
chance for a pet. Take it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I have an alternate artwork for if this happened.
Bill, you
Oh,
know
the wrong
you're.
person. I should get a basilisk as a pet. That's like
No!
serendipity. Come on.
I'm moving this one over here.
Huh?
Oh no, he's in the
Why are you making
fireplace.
tiny?
No. Why is there additional cum beast?
Yeah, why is there two cameras?
I had alternate artwork in case something like this happened.
She lost
Oh,
arms.
he's so cute.
You should have dropped this one first, and we wouldn't even ask what it was.
That was the plan. To be honest, I accidentally grabbed the other one.
Okay.
While
that was
Iris
50
is
feet.
still charging up her swing for her cleave, the combined voices of both Avalon and Eludum look in her direction and say, "No!"
No, hang on.
Iris will say, "Petable."
Yes. I think he seems a little bit petable. I'm just saying. He seems
I'm
like
just
a poor,
saying.
like a poor lad who's let me see
He's
what's
but a
the-
little baby. He needs his pets
Okay.
and lovin's.
Mhm.
Looks like a
At this
big
point-
gecko that got into a radioactive place.
Yeah, just ask it. Okay, so if I want
this is, by the way, this is a free a free asset on Roll20. I love how delightfully fucking lumpy he is.
It's very
He
cute
looks like a
and
bowl
lumpy.
of poorly made porridge.
He's like a
Come on.
crystallized lizard from Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's what it really reminds me of as well.
More importantly, two distinct voices are going to start shouting in Yuri's head. Stay away from the fucking basilisk! I swear to God, woman, if you
How
want
many
to
words can you talk out of
He's
turn?
gonna run right
Bill,
here.
how many
and
words
use Aura
can
of
Carl
Calm and
say?
calm everybody down, including the basilisk.
Disrupt
And-
T-pose. Peace.
Peace. Hey, come on, guys. We can all be centrists here. We don't need to argue. Democracy. And unleash my democracy. Everybody get along, beam.
I swear to God, if I kill you, I will.
Centrism beam, go! Now everybody is calm and chill. We're okay. We're all friends now, aren't we? You don't have to swing anything. I had to. I actually don't. I had to like run to do this. Can I still use my thing if I had to run?
It's a swift action.
She
Okay.
fucking runs in the room, sliding on her knees, saying, "Peace."
Yeah. So you can call me.
Hold
Love
on,
and
Tom.
peace.
You can call me Kazuhiro Paz. There you go.
I was going for a Vash the Stampede, but that works too.
Oh, I was gonna say. Okay, Vash the
We need to
Stampede, like,
represent because
peace day
we
is
need to
finally
undo
here.
the yassification of Vash the Stampede.
Oh please. Anywho, so yeah, I'm calming down the
We've
situation.
rechambered your gauntlets into 22 long rifle.
Or of calm. Yeah.
Eris.
Oh boy. First off, the spear is a token available. Because I would need it to be next to me.
Actually, I think I'd have to be
Hang
here,
on, I
sorry,
forgot
in
to
order
set to be your control.
Let's see.
Also, for some reason,
Did that stop, by the way, just really quickly, did that stop the wind up on the fucking...
No.
Probably not. So stay out of the range.
Alright, well, can I make it? I guess I should still be able to make it there, which, how much is the range?
Haha, I have the spear placed down.
Is it 10, or is it 10 feet?
It's only 5 feet. Oh,
Okay, that's fine.
For Iris, who I from now on will refer to as Mrs. Sampson.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll help a bit.
It's 5 feet. Okay, I'm fine here, and that way she's within my radius for Aura of Calm. That didn't do anything. She has to make a will saving throw against it.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Can I aid her in the will sinking throw?
She passes, don't worry.
Dang it.
Iris, for all her vices, is very strong-willed.
How well do I have any indication though? At least, sorry, as I in my turn, any indication though on the basilisk? Does it seem to be?
What is a bastard's will save like? Not bad. What's your DC?
DC 10 plus 1/2 my level, plus his wisdom modifier. Oh wait, my wisdom. Sorry. So my wisdom modifier is 4. And so 7 was my level, well, half my level, so 1, so 5.
So plus 10.
15.
Okay. Meets beats.
Really?
You rolled a 10. Gets plus 5 to
Dang.
full save.
Oh well.
Basilisk is surprisingly strong-willed for something so fucking stupid.
it's trying, okay?
Look, I'll give him a.
It's
I'll give
upset.
him I'll give him a cute. I'll give him a pap of love, and just next time I get a chance.
I think you can actually use diplomacy to try and like calm a hostile creature down.
Yeah.
So that is an option you have as well.
All right, I'll just try to do
You
that.
can
on
also
top of it.
like throw boiling sugar into one person's face and then talk to his friend.
Look, he's clearly seen some shit, and it's just sorry. Okay, I'll do a little bit of a diplomacy here at the end to say like, look, it seems like you don't really necessarily want to be here. If you don't, just calm down, and we can just we can have some food and all be friends here, and everything will be okay. Just put some of your little paws up and probably look up at the ceiling to show us that you don't mean us harm, and we won't do any harm to you.
Ordinary, why don't you just go ahead and offer a fucking bit of rabbit's tail?
Yeah.
We could, but you sold them all.
Oh, I didn't. I only took 3 servings.
I've got little. Welcome to the party, little Otik. There's a joke for the Czechoslovakians in the chat. You're not sure. Maybe we shall see on his turn. Eris,
Alright.
you have the floor.
Indeed. Han, how much range does the spear have?
What is your wisdom modifier again?
+1.
Okay, so 15 foot.
Okay, so I can move it 15 foot around me, right?
Yes, as a non-action.
Okay. Could I do a perception roll to see and judge what is the biggest problem right now?
I'll give this to you for free. With the basilisk with his eyes covered, the biggest risk really is the 2 orcs.
Wait, 2?
Right behind the troll, the 2
Oh.
orcs that are the beastmasters.
I see. The doors are busted right open, right?
Smashed off the hinges.
Oh, Penny, also keep in mind that the spear does have reach by itself.
God, it has reach too.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, it threatens a 10-foot radius.
I could probably use it to throw the spear, right?
You could also use melee attacks for it. Remember, it uses your intelligence.
Wait, an int?
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn.
Yeah. Okay. Bill, what could Albert do? So I have a bit of time to think on what to do.
Albert is still a very, very young puppy.
Okay.
Primarily, what he has is his defensive ability Shadow Blend, which makes it very hard to hit him if he's in shadow, and he can use his ability Lick. If he licks someone's wound, it will seal shut, as Cure-like wounds.
Okay. I would ask Albert to hide under the table. And by that I mean try and grab one of, if there's food on the table, and throw it under the table. A puppy should understand. Ah, free food. Get it.
Albert kind of catches the vibe that things are going a bit pear-shaped outside and will keep still underneath the table. It's remarkably hard to see him.
I will give a thumbs up into the shadow realm in there.
He will give a thumbs up back, because moondogs have thumbs.
Oh no, opposable
So
thumbs.
it's just a little pause, but he's just got thumbs.
Oh, it's like those cats that have additional like
Delightful.
fingies.
Yeah,
Mark, you bitch! You stole my meme!
What, polydactylism? Huh?
You only saw that.
Bill, everyone steals your memes. Get over it.
I will never break free of the cycles of guilt.
Reappropriated.
Yeah, it just
Our meme.
It has always been our meme, hasn't it?
It really just is just his name. It fucking haunts me.
Alright, once that is settled, I will then like to move over here. Han, do you think I can chuck the spear from there?
Let's see.
Fair chance.
I mean, you could also move over here, and then it's within your melee range, the spear.
Oh, it is. I think. Roughly, yeah. Okay.
Free
Oh
will,
yeah, I
I
need to
go.
move that weapon too now. Zoinks.
Zoink, Scoob! Those civilians were unarmed!
Bruh, what?
No.
Like Scoob! I think we
Alright.
just started an inquisition!
Okay. Let's roll if it hits. Only 20 plus 1 from the one additional thing. And then we have 6, and I don't know if that line has even more stuff in it. One moment. $13. Does that hit? Oh.
Apologies, unfortunately. Actually, let me double check that. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just too low. You're a little bit too low, I'm afraid.
Could I make an immediate action to aid another on the attack?
You could.
Goddamn.
Right, so I assume that you have an ability that lets you do that.
Yes, Wolf Sphere.
How much is your bonus to hit to?
+4.
That'll do.
Oh,
Please
damn it.
roll a. What save does he have to do that is DC 12?
That is against the Morgoth Iron.
Oh dear, I forgot it was made from that. Is that what you did with that stuff, you dickhead?
Yes.
Piece of shit.
I use it to make a bunch of other things out of it. Because it's big.
Guess what? Guess what specific fucking material these creatures are specifically weak against?
Oh no.
Okay, it did pass, but only just. Fucking hell. It's what's called, like, they're called Morgoth Iron. And these are orcs.
Okay, so I have to.
Between myself and Bass, I feel like we just have things that are gonna be like, alright, you can attack, and you can attack. You can
Yes.
crit when you attack.
I will say this, aid and other builds, you might think, oh, they'll just be like some weird dumb support build. No, they're the most heinously fucking broken shit in the game. Like,
It's
it's
extremely
really obscene
versatile
what
as
they
well.
can do.
They can buff basically everything.
Yeah, want to just turn a failure into a success? Welcome to the wonderful world of aid and other.
Why do you think I took Unerring Strike and Cheese Strike build?
That is why at least I liked playing Bard back in the day. Just like, just reroll that.
It's like I have a line of sight on you. You can't hit.
12.
Are you sure about that? It's a missile weapon. Are you sure about that? Just wait until I get him shurikens, Bill. It's gonna get more annoying.
Oh no. I mean, oh yes.
Go ahead, start the escalation. Once I know that you guys are
The
ready, it's
violence
going to be
has
real
escalated.
hours. Real hours.
12 damage.
I'll let you know how dumb it gets when we get to fucking character level 8.
You stick him in the gut with the Guandao and twist.
I just say sorry.
Says the orc. He clutches his side and he's like, ugh. He's still standing, but he's very pissed off. Like, ugh. He's like he puts pressure on the wound with one hand, but he's still wielding the whip with the other, and he gets a good coil going in midair. So on his turn, he's gonna get the first person getting hit is gonna really feel it.
Is the orc still working against them? Like, is he fighting?
The troll, or sorry, the ogre. The ogre is not fighting against them, but he is abstaining from combat because his morale's broken. So,
Can I talk to him through Baz?
sure thing. You have 6 words until your turn.
Can I look up at him with my eyes through Baz's head?
Yep.
It's your turn. We'll feed you.
You bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm in. That's apostrophes. It counts as one word. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Fear the all-seeing and all-knowing ghost that can cast spells like a sorcerer. It has the diplomacy of a fucking matriarch.
Everyone's gangster until the ogre starts swinging the entire side of Beaver's weapon. But Eris, you have stuck an orc in the gut. He is very upset.
Now, Han, question. Did that take my attack action?
Yes.
Okay, so I still have Swift left, I believe.
Yes, you do.
Can I use my Swift to get out my longbow and ready it?
I mean, you can plot longbow as part of your move action, so you still have your swift.
I'm just trying to think what I can do, because I don't think I have much more right now.
Hey, you're not doing too badly. You stuck that orc pretty badly.
You could move the spear back a bit. That way, if they move forward, they will provoke.
Okay.
Area denial spear.
Yes.
Okay, now it's time for Jahangir.
Yeah, boy.
The person that everyone kind of looks at funny in the Church's Guild. Jahangir will walk up to the wall and quite simply start climbing up it until he gets to the skylight above and climbs through it. It's really unsettling to watch.
A man in full plate scaling
Not just
a
full
wall.
plate, like that weird, like Turkish, like plated mail stuff. The really heavy stuff that's even more awkward than plate. Equivalent to like half plate.
Oh, shit.
And he just climbs effortlessly.
He just left us.
And then after a while, you hear someone say something in Orcish, then some horrible high-pitched shrieking.
I guess you found the one on the roof.
Demon on the roof! He's remarkably fast for someone so heavily armed and armored. Albert? Okay, Albert, looking around. No one is injured yet. So Albert will keep put. The troll is fucking dead. The ogre will
Did he have
look...
a response to my offer?
You know, you've got a good idea there. He will calmly turn to the others and... Does anyone speak Orcish?
Penny might be closest. She probably has something that is mutually intelligible.
Sylvan, Tarn,
closest I have is
Celestial,
giant.
Abyssal, Aklo, Ancient Plateau.
Okay. You will get the most out of Ancient Patois.
Haha.
Because the Orcish on this island is actually a patois of Uruk. It's called Uruk. It's a mix of Orcish and Goblin and Giant. Because on this island, the island being so small, all those tribes grew together and formed kind of like a homogenous little hodgepodge society. So in Uruk patois, the ogre will say, "Take a walk, boys. Both of you, please. I won't ask twice."
Eris will just respond in Ancient Plateau. Listen to the big guy.
I'll just speak through Baz's mouth. Yeah, unless you want us to scarper.
Zalmas just said, well, just in $20 from Zalmas, click on the ogre. I don't know what this
Click on-
means.
I
I'm
will
trying to click on him.
click. I cannot click on him.
Me neither.
He might be slightly behind us. Oh. I think I get what you mean.
Oh. No, Zalmas!
Click!
Aw.
Remember how we mentioned that? Funny you should say that because I was about to have the orcs run into this. Because the lawn here is notoriously like the place where there's something about this particular lodge. It's right in the migration pattern of mine turtles.
Oh no! No!
As he
not
turns
the
like,
flying turtles.
nurses boys, take a walk. Click. The ogre looks down. His foot is on top of like 5 landmines in a cluster. If I don't move, they won't go off. But
How quickly do they detonate if he moves his foot?
if he moves his foot, it's immediate, more or less. It's like with it when they reach the zenith of the button, they go off. These are classical like pressure release mines.
Well, that's unfortunate.
One thing you notice that is that this ogre is wearing boots.
How much damage would they do to him? And I don't mean damage in points. I mean how much carnal damage will it do his body?
Ogres are very durable, and they can walk off amputations. But he's not walking again if these go off without anything to mitigate it. I'm in a bit of a pickle, boys. I think we all who brought all these fucking turtles with us?
I'll repeat using Baz's mouth. Shut up, let us drink!
So now we have a Mexican standoff with the ground, and Bosun Forand is going to do his thing. So it falls to me again to do the Lord's work. He'll wander up. You there, you big scaly bugger. Watch this. As the basilisk like opens its eyes a crack just to see what's going on, Ferrand is there. He's got his offhand over his non-covered eye, and his other arm outstretched.
No!
Don't
I
tell
don't
me
think
he
I
has
don't
a
think it's a bad
stand.
basilisk. Please, I think that he's. Neri will just plead to not kill it.
Don't worry, ma'am. I've got this from here.
No, please. I don't think that this is.
As a little as the glove just peels away from his hand, and a little rune like seeps from the palm of his hand out into the air. And as the basilisk watches, a like comedically large tear drops out of one of its eyes.
Oh, the
not
big cry
again.
drop. The big cry dropped out.
Oh.
Basilisk tears are valuable.
Out of curiosity, is a basilisk immune to petrification?
Let me double check that.
Some games they usually are, but most games no.
It's not.
It's the big cry dropping out.
That's not what this is. If anyone has knowledge, spellcraft or knowledge arcana,
Yep, one moment.
If they're not immune to it, how do they even possibly breed? Like,
well, they they don't look each other in the eyes.
I was gonna say,
kinda-
lots of people breed that way too.
It's like a turtle.
They put a paper bag over each other's head.
It's like one mounts them from the back and they make the same sound.
It's like a seagull in a dustbin.
So it was spellcraft or
Or arcana.
both are the
One.
same.
Don't roll a one.
Take whatever gives the better result, I suppose. Both have
Not
plus
bad.
10 to mine.
No, don't roll twice.
24.
Okay, that's more than enough. Okay, that is a blood curse. Blood curses are a form of magic that feed off the life force of the user. They are primarily found in sort of crude, sub-arcane settlements, places that haven't mastered magical arts in the more traditional sense, like witchcraft, wizardry, etc. In places where it's more primal stuff, like very pagan magic. In this case, it is a blood curse of despair. He is Ferrand is attempting to impart onto this basilisk his clinical depression. It appears to have worked, as the basilisk is extremely sad. And now the basilisk is too busy crying to open its eyes.
So, Neri, now you have a job of collecting its tears.
No one up to this point, to give this because Arcana also covers what a basilisk is, which is a magical beast. No one has seen a basilisk cry. They know the blood cures petrification, but no one knows what the tears do. Because they have the extra eyelids, so they don't normally need tears.
Aww.
And they're usually too dumb to feel sorrow.
But this one clearly does.
Doesn't matter. Collect his tears. He's out of a fucking mug.
The surface tension of those tears is something else, because the tears are keeping together as a single ball, about the size of a soccer ball or football.
Makes it even better to collect. Chop chop.
But the surface tension of these things is remarkable, isn't it?
More importantly, I'm having Almond say this. Chop chop, dear. You wanted to pet?
No, this is an innocent creature.
I don't care if it's innocent. It can turn to stone, and I want its tears.
And I'm stone.
Meanwhile,
this is sounding a little bit discriminatory to me.
Meanwhile, with our good friend Sir Evergreen, long-standing friend of the team, he will rush and attempt to tackle the orc.
My God.
He moves at surprising speed when he wants to.
Just ran in there and
there's
fucking
something,
suplex him or some shit.
There's something about the brisk pace of this usually like very stoic halberd wielding heroic figure just breaking into a full sprint, like spearing the orc, like pivoting around the creature's waist and just hitting a clean protractor grade German suplex.
Does he at least tackle him out of the way of the explosion zone of the mine turtles?
Hang on. Oh my fucking god! Hang on. Oh, that confirms. It's not even a suplex at that point. He just kind of walks up, grabs the thing by the skull, and just headbutts it, and it falls limp.
But the damage bill. Oh, I see. I thought he was attacked. Never mind.
No. He went with the grapple and rolled a crit. So Evergreen is kind of serious. Normally he's just an area denial build, but when you're in a close space where there's already a defensive structure, sometimes you've got to throw out a Hail Mary, and every now and then it yields something like this, where you just got to run up to someone and just smash their teeth down their throat.
So he suplexed the orc.
Not even that, he just walks up. He walks up to him, proud as punch. Hello there! Grabs him by the throat, lifts him off the ground, and headbutts him and knocks him out. Comrade.
Yes.
There is an orc left who has been wounded, but still standing.
Okay,
Still looks around you and looks very sheepish.
I would like to somersault out of this tree, put the tip of my sickle in its ear, like as I flip over him, like.
He does he does a moonsault in the air. Also, I'm gonna allow him to have my glowing eyes while he does this for the intimidation factor.
I will assume at this point, anything fancy, I will assume you're putting like Akira speed lines on.
Yeah, of course.
Hell
like,
yeah.
I carry him around with me.
So, moonsault of the tree, sickle in the air.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try and like flip him with me, like If that fails, I'm just gonna rip the top of his skull off, so that's fine.
You roll away, fam.
Pardon?
Roll for it. Roll it. You got dances
Dunno.
easily enough.
Yeah, I've done one.
And
Down already.
yeah, and roll to hit, please.
Oh yeah.
So, as the old saying goes, "Fuck what you heard, it's what you're hearing." As I'm going to roll. The roll was very high, but the damage is quite low. So I'm going to roll that. As you do this, you literally hurl him with enough force that it kind of slaps the ogre's foot out of the way, and positions the orc on top of one of the landmines.
Oh, that worked.
Oh no.
Now, that means that the landmine that was beneath the right foot of the ogre is now under the left foot. So he is at risk, but he'll survive that. 2 landmines is a bit much, even for an ogre. 1, yes.
Am I close enough to do like a spinning low kick? Like I might be tapping or something.
You go for it, fam. Go for it. Do it. Just a minute later, oh no, I've been thrown on top of a landmine, and then you sweep kick him. Jesus Christ! Roll to hit as well.
I haven't got a kick per se, I'll just say
That'll
that.
Everyone watches as Comrade Third runs up to this motherfucker. Hang on, I think I've got a message from some. I've got messages coming in left and right.
Oh no.
From Rat King. Bill, can you stop replicating Bad Boys 2? Listen, I didn't make this bed. I just get to sleep in it.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's just the ending of Bad Boys 2. But as you hook with your foot his ankle and sweep him, and as he does, he lands and he breaks the fall with his neck on the landmine, and this is a shape. This is one of those like toe popper, like pressure release ones. So the column of his body is just filled with buckshot. And it's huge meat fountains over the surrounding area.
We're talking a full Sam Raimi blood fountain, everybody. Squibs and all.
Like, it's not just squibs, like, we're talking meaty chunk. Like, it's like someone stuck a blasting cap into a 2.5 kilo tin of cat food. It is remarkably visceral. This poor bastard. The orcs are no more. Good. Any other actions you'd like to do this turn, comrade?
Just do like a pose, I think.
just teep.
As Rat King puts the ragu fountain.
You know what? I am kind of. I feel like we're a little bit missing in society because the dab died like 5 years ago. T-posing still, I think, is kind of acceptable. But what has there been any more recent?
No, the dab hit an irony stage, and it's been going strong since.
Right. Yeah, we've hit the irony stage.
It hasn't hitting the dab. Ironically, hasn't been around for about a year, I'd say.
There hasn't been. I mean, yeah, the T-pose is fine. I just don't know what you do is to really assert dominance. T-posing, I think, is probably the best, but it's up to you, Morg. How do you choose to assert dominance?
I'm gonna do peace signs, because for the Japanese audience.
Just a little pirouette, double peace sign, and then.
Comrade slowly turns into a magical girl.
Man hits a fucking magical girl Power Ranger pose. He blows up.
Oh hell yeah!
Or maybe Maho Comrade ni natte.
It happens in slow motion. It happens in slow motion for the full effect of the Kalash explosion.
We got that pretty cure tech in this house. Oh god, fucking! You want to talk about fucking bootleg shit? Okay, that motherfucker is dead. Lamar.
What? The Basilisk?
Yeah, it's just the basilisk left now. Lamarck will watching everything going on quite nicely, just kind of like just kind of pats his like fingers together and rubs his hands. It's going quite smoothly. He just pulls up a pew and takes a seat. Baz, there is an ogre.
Yes.
His foot on a landmine.
So there's just, as far as I understand, there is just that one landmine that one of the orcs is laying on top of, and then the one that the ogre is standing on top of. Is that
The
correct?
one that was under the orc has gone off, and it is pink Mr.
Okay.
Orc.
The other
And are
one's
there any other
standing on
ones?
top of it, though, right? Like he's got his foot
The
on
ogre
it.
is on top of one on his left foot.
Okay. I will use a swift action, Reforge, to fuse the pressure plate.
Clever girl.
Damn.
That will work. That will fuse the plunger in place.
I say to Vaz as he does this, remember, we have to feed him. You notice that when Almon says this, there's a sense of urgency in his voice, like he actually means it.
Don't worry.
What?
There's
You're
two dead
very
orcs.
much.
Yeah.
Also, Baz, in the past, you have run into ogres. You've seen them eat trees. They're not fussy. They'll eat rocks.
Can I make a quick perception check to see if there's anything else outside?
You may.
Cool.
You don't see anything.
All right.
Remember, you have to move the diagonals. Or is that considered
Yes.
a big diagonal? I guess that's a big diagonal.
Yeah, that's diagonal. It's not a perfect diagonal, but it's diagonal nonetheless.
Okay. So. Right. She'll move such towards the basilisk with my eyes closed.
Yeah, or its eyes are closed as well.
Cool.
It's crying tears of despair.
Mute, by the
mine.
way.
Also mine this sword.
Ah,
Aiden
true.
is muted and doesn't realise. Lamar.
God damn it! It's because I was coughing. Can I say a few things before people come and kill this thing?
Don't worry, I'm not necessarily trying to kill it.
Necessarily.
I think okay, like I shouldn't have to even take an action. Just can I just put my arm and try to like in front of its eyes essentially, or like try to?
She tries to throw her body on top of the fucking
It's
basilisk.
essentially what I'm doing right now. Just my arm because I don't think I can move my whole body, but just my arm to try and cover up its eyes a little bit.
As you're watching, it's got its eyes covered now at this point.
Oh, it okay.
It
So it
brings
listened
its
to
little
me.
hands and goes,
So it listened to me. Okay.
It's busy crying. What do you mean?
I know it's okay. So it's this poor creature.
So,
I wish to poop this creature.
No.
Boo!
I would like to retrieve an empty burlap sack and just put it over its head. What kind of action would that be?
That'll be just roll the CMB. Don't roll the one.
Alright.
And you calmly slide the sack over its head.
Alright. Could I attempt handle animal or diplomacy to calm it down?
You may. Either or.
I'll use diplomacy. I'll basically try and hold it firmly but gently to make sure I don't like startle it any more than it already is.
You'd be surprised how easy it was to find this burlap sack. I'll just pet it on its besacked head.
Just in $50 from Zalmas.
Oh wow.
When I say death, someone dies. MIRV on the basilisk. I don't know what that means. Good luck.
A
Bill.
Merv rocket is
A Merv rocket.
well, it's technically Mervs are never just released in one. It's a cluster of rockets, relatively small, kind of like a cross.
Zalmas, why do you do this to me?
Kinda like
I
a-
finally
That's a
found
major-
a companion for my rocky existence. I keep trying.
It's at
Zalmas,
this
this is so
point
cruel.
that the person who sent the it's at this point that the Basilisk Master's contingency goes off. Click. As little like bumps all over its body like glow a slight reddish colour.
It's gonna make a small croaking sound before it dies.
It's just that croaky frog. And there's this horrible like bubbling of flesh as the different like little red glowing dots grow into little ballooned pockets.
Oh.
Okay, let me just okay. If you are within, I'll roll a d100 to see how many feet and round it.
Zalmas, why?
Because you're not allowed to.
Zalmas, yes, basically.
If you're
I
within
just
60
want a
feet
familiar.
of the basilisk, I need a
We're
reflex
not
save.
familiar. I just want a friend. Just
Wait,
want to know
60
for
feet.
my
What
rock
about
person.
what if we're
There, he
still
just wants a-
behind the cover of the wall, like I am with Iris?
If the wall supplies a solid cover, you'll get you will not have to roll. If you are only partially covered, you'll still need to roll, but you get a bonus.
I'll be alright all the way outside,
Right
right?
here, I consider full cover.
So-
You are in partial cover.
What do we have to roll?
A reflex save.
I'm just gonna get out an umbrella.
60 feet?
Yes.
Oh shit, yeah.
I'm 55, I think, or 50.
I would
I
like
don't
to use
even care. I
would like to use an immediate
Just to
action.
die.
I'll use an
20.
immediate action to give Neri a +4.
DC is 18.
Rip.
I rolled it for I had to roll it to figure out what it would be.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Let me check something.
Can I roll a d6 to determine the number of d6?
Alright. 5. Oh shit. So that would be an 18 for me at the moment, actually.
So reflex save for half. So it's 15 points of damage. If you got above an 18 in your reflex save, it is only 7.
And if we're in partial cover,
You get a +2 to the save.
oh yeah, 16.
15 points of damage, but we had 10 points extra going in temporary hit points. Yes. So,
Wait, how much of you are?
So my
over
reflex would be
18?
19 then, so I would save partial cover.
Okay.
Put me at a 5 point.
How much damage for those passing the save?
If you pass, it's only 7 damage.
Wait.
Okay.
What kind of damage is it?
Fire.
Alright.
Neri falls down
And
onto
can
her
everyone give me a
knees and
fort save,
cries.
same DC of 18?
Fort save? Okay.
Yeah, this does not give up a color bonus.
Is that in addition to the reflex, even if you made
Yes.
it? Okay.
This is versus the concussion wave.
$20.
Excellent. Pass. Again, same DC. Oh no! Roll a D10,000. Way.
Well, the real question is, am I saving for myself or am I saving for Iris?
Both.
Damn.
Okay.
9 off, I swear to God.
4079.
Wonderful year.
Well, if you were from Bohemia.
Or Koofing.
I'll,
Let's go high.
You saved the ogre, you choose. Because we saved the ogre,
Think
the
of it on
basilisk has to die.
think of it on the bright side, Neri. You have an ogre as a pet.
Let me just say right now, this is the third time I have tried to save some kind of beast to make it into my friend, and it has been taken away from me.
I told you, give me some time and I'll get you a pet. You just like the
But no,
Caster
this one-
only needs 1d8 hours of sleep a week.
Lamal.
Wow. There you go.
Bill, quick question.
Hey,
Quick
bro.
question. I have a certain trait. I'm wondering how the interactions work.
What's the trait?
It's cool. Basically, it makes it so that I only need 2 hours of sleep a day.
Hmm. So that would seem redundant.
Cut it
Yeah.
in half, give him 4 hours for a long rest, and let him
Oh,
have
God.
the ability to take a quick nap for an hour.
I have some other questions, but I'll ask those after the session.
I'm just gonna make it. You need 2 hours a week now.
Way.
Whoa. Dang.
2 hours
It's
of sleep.
sleep. So,
No rest for the wicked.
student hours.
Are you sure you want to have that apply to his long rest? Because
Don't sing Cage Elephant songs. That guy is currently in clink for gun charges in New York City. We don't want to
Oh,
be
that's
catching a case.
based. Wait, but like, wait. Did
Yeah, but he probably needs money to get a lawyer. We don't want to get him suing us.
That's true. I didn't know he was in the.
Yeah, he got caught
Clink.
like today.
Oh, okay. That's new
Bunch of
news to me
firearms
then.
charges. Good for him though.
Yeah,
Not
good for
getting
him
caught
having a
for the
gun.
Firearms.
No, I mean good for having a gun. Not so good on that.
Fuck NYC.
piece, but yeah.
Fuck New York City and everyone in it, making it the second anti-Semitic joke I've made today.
followed immediately by California.
Amen. Okay. So, if you got below an 18, you are temporarily deaf.
Okay.
Are they magically deaf or just deaf?
Deaf. The concussion wave has burst the
How long
eardrums.
does that work?
You get a new save each day.
Really? Oh shit. Okay.
Here's one thing that we have to our advantage, though: the psychic network.
Yes,
Yes, you
exactly.
can communicate otherwise normally.
I do believe we take some initiative penalties, though, of like -4.
That's the downside. That's the real downside. And if you spell cast, you take some spell failure.
Which is also hilarious because it means that if you hit someone with it, you could move their turn. You could basically change their initiative order.
Mm-hmm. Oh, trust me, I've thought about it. I can't take any spells right now. I need until character level 6. Then this is gonna get really annoying really fast.
The
I think-
entire room has been shellacked in a thin veneer of basilisk blood.
I think that so initiative's over. Yes. We're not fighting anymore. Everything's, I think, dead or neutralized, right?
I'm assuming the very intimidating one killed the goblin that was on the roof.
Oh. But yeah, the goblin on the roof.
I didn't know there was a goblin on the roof. But
Did
apparently
on
there
the
was.
roof. Well, that's a nice even 1 a.m. stop, I think, ladies and gents. I hope
Just real quick, what I'd like to do before we end is that Neri is going to break down crying, well, on the floor.
It's the full-on, like,
Well,
Timmy Turner's
holding
mother.
holding her
Everything
ears.
I touch dies.
Everything I touch dies. Neri is crying and will be trying to also collect up the basilisk blood while crying more while doing it, knowing it's valuable.
You will be supplied with a squeegee and a bucket.
After it blows up, Almon's gonna audibly start counting through.
Did
Iris'
someone
mouth.
at least collect its tears before this? Because now we
That was your job!
You
I
go up to
couldn't.
it, say pat it on the head like there, and then it immediately explodes into a sludgy like gazpacho consistency.
I think you did say
veneer
that
of mush.
the basilisk tears did form into a solid object.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are like
So-
big, like cartoonishly sized Studio Ghibli tears.
So I'm collecting those up along with collecting the blood while I'm crying. Neri is just fucking mixing her own rocky tears with it.
Like the order of what happened is that she goes over after patting in the bed. It's like there, Boyle's fault. Like one. There it is.
I just wanted a rocky friend.
Meanwhile, he's like,
This is the third animal I think now. Yes, it is. It's the third animal I've tried to make my friend that other people have killed in front of me. I think Neri probably is gonna have a mental breakdown.
Meanwhile,
I'm just saying.
just uncoiling.
And then there's
Iris's
Eris,
fucking
has a
wings.
familiar, just
Turn
got
that
a
off.
puppy.
Like just tone. Well, I'm not because it's just not a familiar. It's like having a pet. You know, it's not familiar.
Well, I have
and
a
like
puppy now. That's my pet.
And Nereus is trying to get, and this one was the one that was most closely linked to her because it understood what it's like to be
finally a
stoned.
companion. So a big cartoon like splatter.
Nikocado avocado. Ah! It's for real though, bruh. Why?
It's the full on like Chainsaw Man Kobeni
it's
tiny
fine.
scream.
You don't understand. When that just happened, like in the last 5 minutes, I have ordered a Puchita fucking plushie because I got that upset. Thank you, Zalmas, with the money.
Thank you, Zalmas. I have now got myself a real pet.
I got myself a plushie of a little weird looking orange dog with a
Everyone's with the
chainsaw for a
Kobeni tiny
face.
scream.
Help fucking Iris unwind her baseball swing. Like, all right, you're gonna have to go help her. She's deaf and she's crying. She's gonna need a woman's touch.
I think we'll call it there.
Yeah, I think we should.
Crying like a baby.
Next time on crime scene cleanup
As
simulator.
the red curtains close on just
Wait.
a-
If the basilisk blood can stop petrification, what is gonna
Yeah.
happen to Aiden? Will she turn human? Tune in
No, I
next
thi-
time.
She just
True.
turns into a pile of ham.
Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you all next week as we are back on our regular schedule. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on our regular stream. Oh my god, there's some political stuff we gotta talk about. We gotta talk about Jordan Peterson's fit. Woo,
That
lads!
Zidane fit. Return
It's
to
not
monkey.
drippy, I'm sorry,
Oh
but
my goodness.
no.
We gotta talk
Return
about
my
Jordan Peterson's
meme to me.
fit. Thank you guys all so much for your generous donations and for showing up and having fun with us. And we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Alla Passion.
Yeah, bye. Whatever. Bye.
Say goodbye.